Hooray! We are back once more with another episode of Lost Legends. As I desperately open up my notes and try to do what is supposed to be an hour's worth of prep in no minutes, we're going to start with our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Verdazin as,
Noah.
we have Cross Crescent as,
Iala.
we have Blackheart as,
Taryc.
we have Sammi as,
Nim.
we have Tobias,
Cassian.
and we have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Who'd like to give the recap? No one. Okay. What?
I gave it twice in a row. There's no way it's happening.
Okay. In that case, I will do the recap. And I will get the award just as you're heading into the enemy camp. Delicious. Last
Mhm.
week, and there's no oh dear, you brought this upon yourselves. Last week, we
Wasn't
went
even
over
that
some
much last
small
week.
details, such as Iala going and earning her familiar, being taught how to bind it to herself. We also had teachings of similar things to the likes of Taryc for the Saeed. And just a little bit of filler before suddenly you guys decided it was going to be a good time to head on out and meet your companions on the road. Noah and Cassian returning from their little escapade in the Feywild. The rest of the party headed out to meet them on the road, thinking things had sort of gone wrong, but finding out, oh no, it all went fine. In fact, it went pretty goddamn fantastic. A little disconcerting hearing distant sounds of pained knolls and so on every now and then, but it's a positive in the end. But meeting each other on the road, a little bit of talking, decided, head on back, only to be intercepted by Arwa, who had received a missive from their old boss, who the players know is in the Knoll camp. You were informed that they had sent missives saying for Arwa and the rest of her team, air quotes, to come along. And Arwa instead recruited you to the cause. A little bit of discussion whether it was safe or not before deciding, yeah, we'll commit to it. You'd also visited Lord Rogerly after some little meeting at the Guildhall, who revealed to you that this old boss is perhaps his little brother, Matthias, who seemed to have a obsession with the gunpowder technology of old. Clearly doing experiments in his room to try and make it work before he vanished long ago to presumably separate himself from family and continue his pursuits, and perhaps ending up in a thievery position. But yes, you headed off towards the Knoll encampment, avoiding patrols by going into the Feywild woods. The woods connected to the Feywild, I should say. You, in fact, saw evidence of the Feywild's both removal of animals and their assault against any gnolls that entered. Quite horrific scenes. Meeting a pair of satyrs who very kindly offered to take care of your mules from you, your donkeys. Letting you proceed ahead without worry of them being lost or being taken by the gnolls and eaten. And we, in fact, left off with you executing your plan to go into Arwa's little domain in Nim's Ring, shrinking Maltori.
Fula's.
Fula's why do I get Arwa and Fula mixed up so easily?
It's because they're
They're
both
actually the same
very
person.
sexy.
But yes, you execute the plan to have Arwa in Knoll guise, as she had revealed she is a changeling, seemingly. Carry both the ring and Tiny Metori into the Knoll encampment.
Tiny Meltori.
Well done for the recap, Yuli. You get a reward. It's an awesome one.
Yay. And Yalia got a cool pseudo dragon.
Yes, Yalia got a cool pseudo dragon. What was the name of your pseudo dragon?
I have it written down. I forgot I think it's Shutai, but let me just double check.
Can you type it so I have it?
Shulai. Yep, I'm getting it right now.
Because I would love to have it properly. Because I wrote like she lie down.
Close.
Did I down so sleepy?
Well, that's how I do it
I-
phonetically, so that way I know, like, I'm assuming it's got X's in it and all sorts of other stuff,
No.
but
Nah, I'm
Oh.
the crazy draconic namer.
it's
Okay.
like Shelly, but different.
There.
Yeah,
Oh.
see, I would have never spelt it that way, so I would have been completely lost. So I appreciate you writing this for me.
No
I
problem.
love that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, unfortunately for you all, this approach into the encampment is largely unknown to you. You are all in Fula's domain, and you see this large merlid sort of looming out of a pool that is like beside this little ringed area. Lots of pillars. It's very lush in here. In fact, Nim, first time a lot of your companions are coming in here. What do they see?
It is a beautiful marble tiled structure that is almost like a giant gem of a ruby at the top that brings light into the room. It is filled all around with lounging places, couches, pillows, blankets. There are several different fountains and pools for bathing in. It has a almost like a mosaic of greens and golds and blues and various different tiling across the wall, almost like to mimic the ocean in waves, and with other accents of beautiful people and such like that. There is a various different like dresser sets up with things on them for beautification, the little stool, and there is rugs and such. There is an area that clearly has been scrubbed many times. This might not be as clean as it could be. We like to call that the body drop spot. um, but there's these beautiful pools that have like the steps that you walk slowly down into, like like the big Grecian baths kind of things, and then these inexplicable waterfalls coming out of various different walls. It is big, and like the ceilings in here like 20 feet. It's massive.
Okay. And yes, you see this lovely place and this large merlid looming out one of the side pools, and just looking over you all and going, well, have you brought what I requested?
I have
Yeah.
brought an offering.
Iala
the-
steps forward. Uh, thank you for letting us stay here while we save this person. She gives a curtsy and then reaches into her pack and pulls out a bottle. Here is my offering, a expensive bottle of rose perfume that we received as a reward.
Fairly well. Her gaze moves from you. When you start speaking Nim, she actually sort of like held up a very gentle finger, not like silence, just like, hang on a second.
Let me deal with everyone else first,
Uh-huh.
right?
And her gaze is going to move over to you, Noah.
I the, I have something here. It looks through their pack. I have to offer some in oh boy. Let's see. Do I go for the chul toxin or do I quickly belt out a few lines for a song? I'll Noah is going to pull out their viol. I offer you a song to your beauty. And they'll start playing their viol.
Okay. Are there lyrics or just a tune?
It's going to be I don't think Noah's much of a singer, so they will mainly do just tune.
Okay, go ahead and give me a performance check using your fiol.
I am going to add my wheel to that. So I have to do that before I roll, correct? The
I
wheel
don't
and
know,
woe?
but you could probably give yourself guidance though.
Yes.
Has
That would
will
be
and woe
smart.
changed? Let me see.
I thought wheel and woe you could do after the roll was done, but before it's decided what the result is.
See, is about to make.
But you might as well do it, I guess, if you're trying to impress her. The better, the
Yeah.
better, right?
What was your wheel roll?
It was. I didn't roll it yet.
Okay.
Three.
Okay.
So performance.
Ooh.
So 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. The tune is pleasant enough, which means you won't be rolling with disadvantage. It's not good enough to get advantage, but the persuasion check that you need to make is just going to be a standard one now.
Okay. 2. Oh.
Noah, your performance is a little sweat-inducing. As you can tell, the moment you begin, she is judging you harshly. Her eyes are locked on you every second of this performance. And as you finally come to an end, you know that she knows that you just pulled this out of your ass, that there was no preparation. You can feel that looming threat. But apparently the gall of it just makes the corner of her lip upturn a little bit, and her gaze just moves from you over to Cassian.
Then make sure to turn your guidance off because you wouldn't have had it for the persuasion.
Cassian.
Turned off.
Is Toby there?
Toby?
Sorry, I was muted because the person outside was laying in on their horn hard,
Okay.
and I didn't want it to interrupt if he decided to start again.
Yeah, no matter.
But Cassian reaches into his bag and pulls out a little square glass bottle. From distant lands, I gift to you a beautiful smell for a majestic woman.
Right. You're able to lay that out before her, and she just smiles a little bit, her gaze moving over to Taryc.
I wave up at her. She had told me to come as the child
And have
form
you?
again.
You did, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. You
Yep.
remember I used it, and I did not permanently stay a child. So
Yep.
And she smiles down at you, Taryc, and one of those large hands reaches out, like sort of cups around you. Doesn't actually touch you with her fingers, just cups around you, and then the thumb descends and just pets over your head. And
Aw.
then her gaze goes to you, Nim, and she goes, "Are these gifts sufficient, my jewel?"
I think they are. I have brought you a gift as well. I meant to give it to you earlier, but I get confused sometimes. So I want to give my gift since they are giving theirs. And Nim is going to take out a bag from her bag of holding and start laying out gems. Nim has bought 250 gold pieces worth of the finest gems she could find in town that were blue and green, and there are 2 red ones. And she will lay them out and go, "These are from my great patron. I thought they were beautiful, and they reminded me of the beautiful sea and you. And of course the 2 red ones, because my eyes are always for you."
She smiles at that, and she's just going to take those 4 of the gems,
Mhm.
like lift them up to examine them closer, and then she goes, "My dear, I have a quest for you.
Yes,
You want to take these and have them made into the finest matching jewelry for us."
I will. I will make this true.
They hand it back to you, and then she
Mhm.
waves at the various gifts laid out before her, and she goes, "These are yours as well. What is fine for me is fine for you. Do make sure that one plays that tune for you whenever you desire.
Oh,
Of course. I smile over at Noah. May I take my friends around and show them my beautiful living space that you have provided for me?
Of course. If you have need of me, my jewel, do call. And she just recedes back into that pool.
Nim is like, you know that happy little like feet tippy tap people do when they're really excited. Her hands almost like clapped together a little bit,
Sleepover.
and then she's sleepover. She's going to rush over and scoop up Taryc and just, oh, you're so cute like this. I get to see all of you so much better right now. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I did not
Oh.
realize this, Taryc. You are so soft. You are softer than baby bumblebee fur.
While you each had a little one-on-one with her with the little shrinky ring incident,
I know.
it's kind of the first time you as a group have been together at the same scale.
Oh, no,
This
you're
is
no
what you look
wings.
like.
Yes, I am very beautiful. Of course, not as beautiful as the dragoness, but Nim makes a big gesture and holds out her hand for yours.
She takes it.
Nim is going to politely kiss your knuckles.
It is nice to see you in such detail, my friend.
It is an honor to see you as well, my great rival. And Noah, I would like to hug you. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, sure.
At the hug, Noah.
Okay. I have
Can I
selected
touch your wings? Oh, go ahead.
I have selected one of you to represent the rolling going on outside, but I'm going to ask all 5 of you to roll a d20.
Just this.
Okay, we are
regular
able to perceive what's going on outside, but I would assume we can only hear. Just so you know,
Okay.
because I'm assuming depending because we're in a
can you-
pocket, right?
Can you paste the perception
Please be me.
rules?
The perception rules. I could paste the entire rules
Yeah,
of the ring.
just do the whole thing.
Yeah. All right. Let me get the. I rolled bad.
All you.
Yay, one. Well, it depends. I guess it
you-
depends what this
You
D20
can
ends up
hear the
being
area
for.
around the vessel as if you were inside its space. I will hit this button.
Okay. Right. In that case, all right, you've all rolled your d20. 1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4, 5. Okay. Each of you can roll me a perception check if you so desire as well.
I will cast guidance on myself for perception because I know that I need to pay attention to that right now.
As will I.
Yes,
I have grown young. My ears have gotten better.
because I feel like that's one thing Nim does know is that she knows that she has to pay attention to what's going on outside of her ring when she's in her ring. Oh, I am less than Noah again. Wow, a lot of us rolled really low on our d20.
All right, I need to roll a deception for Arwa because you all actually hear what's going on here. And unfortunately, that hasn't gone well so far. Where's my desk bag? There it is. Okay. It takes a few minutes because she's got to make her way there. So as you're sort of showing people around Nim, you will all hear somewhat muffled, but you're able to make it out. North voice going, "What are you doing here, untouched one? You should be inside camp." And you hear Arwa suddenly go, I was sent on errand to gather from the woods." And you hear another North voice going, "Errand into the woods? Good use for you, but where is your minder? Slain by the forest. Get inside, Runt, quick, or we find better use for you." And you hear a chomping of teeth. And then you just hear the sound of Awa hurrying on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not envious of Arwa at the moment.
No, it is not good times. That
I think notably, especially for Taryc, the others might need a gauging of no culture. Arwa is presenting as a female no. It sounds like masculine no voices talking to her. That is a level of disrespect.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is not normal. I wonder if it's whatever is fueling them. Normally, us females are hold in higher respect than this.
That is very strange. I should treat Arwa better than that. Nim actually looks angry.
Okay. I'd like another round of straight D20 rolls from each of you.
Mm.
Ooh, I
Oh
rolled higher.
God, rolling
One.
bad.
19.
I
My
don't know.
rolls are bad tonight.
I don't know if low is good or bad. I am
I will
going
tell
to
you,
spend.
low is bad.
I'm going to spend my inspiration and reroll my d20.
Right, you're doing that for yours.
There, that's better.
Okay. Another few minutes go by, and you actually hear Arwa having like a hush conversation. Maybe she's trying to talk down to Maltorli, and you just hear her going, I assume that he'll be held somewhat heavily guarded and trying to find highest gathering of armed ones, but it's, she falls silent for a moment. You hear her sort of like rubbing up against something. Sounds like she might be trying to hide away. Her train of thought, words halting as she falls silent. And then you just hear her go, "The gods, what is that? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God." And then you hear the sound of running.
Uh-oh.
What's happening out there? Mim, can we get any like eyes out there or anything?
I point up at the big jewel that is the ceiling. Unfortunately, this is not actually like the ring. This is just a connected space. We can hear, but we cannot see. There are no windows. It would not lead outside. It would lead to whatever else is out there. It is magic.
You hear the sound of clattering wood, something being shoved, and then just a sort of faint thump. And you hear Maltori's voice going, "Calm yourself, Arwa. It's not wallowing. You're fine. It's fine." And Arwa going, "That, looking at it, it's just so long. Its gaze. It's like it's. What is that? Some devil? Something like that. Yes. Get your breath and then keep going."
There is
Oh,
no way we can reach them either. Or we are on another plane, you understand. We cannot send them messages. Or we could. It might not reach. It's hard to say.
And let's
But
just listen in
right-
and hope for the best.
yes. I wish I could be out there with them, but I would be a bad host to leave.
After a moment, you hear Maltori's voice again going, "Okay, are you ready to move again, Arwa?" There's no audible reply, but you hear him go, "Okay, good. I'm going to make you invisible. I think we need to be more out of sight than your disguise manages. Okay." Again, silence, but she must have replied in some physical means because you hear the voice of Maltori incanting, and then just that audible movement once again.
Mhm.
I need another set of D20 rolls. This time you can add a +5.
Noah is currently lying back on one of the lounges,
Using all my 20s.
I'm glad for that though.
23.
This time,
Honestly,
a while goes by. No sounds of panic, no rush movements. You actually hear whispered conversation between Maltori and Arwa every now and then, which is a lot harder to make out, but you manage to hear. Sounds like they're discussing directions, they're spotting things. Before eventually you hear Arwa going, "There, that entire encampment area is fenced off from the rest. Let's try to get in there." And you hear very little. If they're sneaking, they're doing it quite well. You hear the occasional voice of like passing gnolls. You'll catch a snippet of conversation coming louder and louder and then fading off as they are apparently going by things. Every now and then you hear distant shrill screams. There's that constant sound of work happening, but Arwa and Maltori make no noise until eventually you hear Arwa saying, "Okay, yes, I think this tent is it. There is a lone human in there. Okay. Now, does everybody come out? Do I try and grab him myself? What?" And after a moment, you eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Cassian, you will hear Maltori's voice ascending in your mind, saying, "It looks like we've reached the fellow. I think if we're teleporting out, there's no harm in having all of us out. I want everyone here in case this ends up being a trap. Face him down."
Right. I'm going to send back. All right, give us 1 minute. And then Cass, I'm going to go. All right, we're coming out. We're exiting now.
but there has been no call.
Motori just messaged me.
All right.
He wants us out in case it's a trap.
Okay. Great. Thank you for your hospitality and kindness, my great patron. It seems we are leaving.
Well, I
It was a
hope.
pleasure to meet you.
Yes, it was a pleasure for you. Hopefully, next time you see me, I shall be outside. And she just smiles. And Nim, there's a sort of wave of her hand as she looks at you, as if you may take them.
I will
Thank
bow my
you
head
for
and
the help.
I will set Taryc down because I have been hugging them like a teddy bear because they are the softest thing that I have ever felt in my life. You don't understand how rough the world is for a Trixie. Okay, spread out a little bit. I don't want to get stepped on. All right, and then everybody out.
All right. You all appear outside. Immediately, the smell of this place hits you. There's a smell of blood in the air, really heavy, thick, just that irony, intense scent. Coupled with it, there's that faint smell of not rot, but when meat has started to sour. You can also smell dirt, sweat, the smell of metal being forged not far away. All of these scents mingle in the air, and it's just oppressive.
Oh, gods above. She covers her face a little bit. I wish I did not get rid of the perfume now.
Shh, shh. Arwa, her fingers to her lips. You're all between what looks like to be a set of multiple tents. Basically, if you've ever been to a carnival and such, and you've gone to the backside gatherings of tents between two lanes, feels a lot like that.
Well, that explains the smell.
Yeah.
Before we
Mhm.
came out, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself for stealth,
Okay.
and I am going to try and find some place to hide the moment we come out. Oh, I get advantage because of racial, so there we go.
Okay. Anyone else
So I'm
wanting to try to
going
stealth here?
No, we'll stealth.
Cass,
Is
you
there-
try and fail.
And I turned off my guidance again.
They're going to flip up their hood to give them advantage.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this on so you know whether or not I get the advantage, because I get it while moving silent, and hit the button. I have
guess.
Elven Boots,
Okay,
so I don't know if I get the advantage or not. But
you would.
okay.
And I guess.
And actually, I will ask, you all doused yourself with the...
Oh yeah, I think we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
that while
Yes.
Yeah.
we were quietly doing that while we were in
Yeah.
the thing, because we
Yeah.
had a
Yeah.
long period of time where we were just
Yeah.
there.
I assume your characters would have remembered to do so, even if it's not been mentioned.
This is
I-
terrifying. So yes.
Actually, I will ask one question just because that technically is the reason I'm asking about, but I keep forgetting it's the I. Has it been over an hour?
Yes.
Okay, so then that is not active. That's all I want to
Okay.
check. So
Okay. Thankfully, you're all essentially odorless, which means their primary means of picking you up won't. And is that everybody that's rolled? That's everybody that's rolled. Okay, good.
Mhm.
Du-du. Oh dear.
Oh, I don't like that noise.
Unfortunately, a majority of you rolled beneath the DC. Although actually, no, I suppose technically I have to count Arwa and then so on. So I'm going to give them a reroll.
And Arwa's invisible? No, that doesn't give you any bonuses. Never mind.
Yeah, that just means you can roll it out in the open. Technically, stealth is invisibility now anyway, but you know. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
Arwa simply needs to beat a 15.
Simply, she says.
I will give her wheel.
You're giving Arwa a wheel?
Yes.
Okay, what's that then?
It's like a D6, right?
D6, D6.
D6.
Five.
A
Plus 5.
Okay, cool. All right. Wow. Okay.
Jesus Christ, Arwa.
All right.
Yeah, you need a 15.
For a moment, a few of you, upon emerging, stumble, sort of like regaining your footing, and Iala, you almost sort of tumble into like a little gathering of like these wooden poles. It looks like they're there to be made into spears or such, just haven't been yet. But she is able to grab you and an arm around nose, stops you tumbling, stops them tumbling, and just like puts a finger to her lips as she sets you ready.
Oh. Ooh. Thank you.
She gives you a sort of a very intense look, as if like, please, quiet. And she's just going to sort of lift up a little flap of tenting that looks like it's been sliced by her knife. And she's going to sort of gesture with her arm.
I'm gonna go on in.
Okay.
No,
I
it's
don't
gonna
have
follow
to. I
suit.
don't have to do anything because stealth is awesome now.
Yeah.
Yep. Head on in.
All right. You'll
Cassian will slip in.
move on in. Cassian, as
Sorry, the centaur slips in stealthily. It's just a funny image to me.
Cassian, as you move on in, you can see Arwa actually sort of getting Maltori out of her pocket, and as she's lowering him to the floor, he's taking off his ring. And then you'll sort of feel Maltori and Arwa slipping after you. And Maltori turns, touches the tent, and starts to mutter some incantations. You're all sort of gathered behind, like this is a deliberate spot I was chosen simply so you can remain obscured inside the tent as well. You're behind what looks like to be crates, bags, a whole multitude of supplies. It's hot in here. Looks like this place actually has a small forge. Peering past all of the crates and such in here, you can see a man hunched over. He's not working at the forge right now. The forge is actually relatively cold for a forge. Like there's just sort of embers in it where it was allowed to die down, but there's still a lot of intense heat in here trapped still. And you see a man hunched over a bench, just seemingly working away at something. Maltori finishes his incantation, and unfortunately, there is a brief flash that goes along the inside of the tent, along the walls. And as it sort of circles around, appears where the man hunched over is, you see him stop, staring at the canvas, and before straightening up and starting to look around.
Um,
Allow time,
Okay.
children. Tent is warded.
All right. Iala steps forward. A friend of Arwa?
He whirls round, and Iala, there is something strange leveled at you. A tube attached to a handle gripped in his hand.
Ah, what's this now?
Uh,
She,
She speaks
she
truth. Arwa steps out beside you, and that strange thing points at her, and she immediately pauses as if realizing, shit, still a no. Look, she immediately starts to change and goes back to the drow, you know.
Mr. Rogerly?
The strange tube flails about briefly as if trying to find a figure before resettling pointed at Iala.
Oh.
There's
Well?
no Roger Lee here.
Right. So, do you happen to... Were you the ones that called Awa here?
He is
We
looking.
got your message.
You can all see this, and he's a lot older than the painting suggested. It's been quite some years. His hair has grayed, started to thin a little bit at the front, but he does look like a older Kieran. It is the older image of Lord Roger Lee's brother.
Were you at least the previously known as Kirin?
What?
No, Kieran's the kid.
Kieran's the kid.
Oh,
He
sorry.
just looks
sorry.
like him.
While this is
Never mind.
going
Sorry.
on,
Mhm.
I'd like to start moving around the room and kind of casing the joint, searching. I'm trying to get an idea of exactly what's going on in this room, and so I want to.
If you want to give me an investigation check.
Okay. I will give myself guidance.
Anyone else doing anything while those two are out in the open, or do you want to come on out yourselves?
Oh, I
Wow.
roll so bad. I rolled the worst.
I'm just watching from where I'm stealthed because a knoll that... Wait, I'm a little tiny knoll.
Mm-hmm.
You're a baby, Noel. You're a puppy.
In plate mail, because I'm guessing the thing affects like magic and resizes what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna say it
No.
resizes what you're wearing, but it's also taken on a more childish hint as well.
Okay, but it's still my stuff. I didn't lose what I was wearing. In other words,
It's very cute, Mail.
You know, oh god,
It's like a
ribbons.
plate.
It's got ribbons.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play this up. We're gonna kind of
With,
come
like,
out.
cardboard armor on.
God, some of the heaviest cardboard armor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come out and start trying to look around too, because I'm actually for one small enough to actually fit around people.
When you step out, reflexively, his aim goes to you, and then like he immediately like lifts the pistol up, like no longer aiming at anyone, as if like almost aghast. And he goes, "Child, do not. What in the hells are you doing, bringing a
It's not quite what I seem.
She's capable. Don't worry about it.
I do not care how capable she is. Bringing a child to this place is..."
Yeah, we don't plan to stay long.
Nim, can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, it's gonna be gross.
Okay, Nim,
Hmm?
you're checking about. You try to you see one of these boxes is there's like, to you, this massive board, but like it's a splinter of one of the boardings that seems to be a bit loose. It's a good way to look inside. So you sort of lever it open a bit more, but unfortunately it breaking seems to cut into something inside, and then there is a pouring of powder over you.
No. Like, why is she the one always getting dragged?
Nim, you feel great. I want you to take 3d10 temporary hit points.
Hmm.
Oh, jeez.
I'm getting some Eldonium. This is great because I have a little bit of it on me anyway, so it's good. Okay, 18
Alright, and it's a
temp
temporary hit
points.
points. Your strength and constitution scores go up by 4 temporarily.
Okay, that's hard to keep track of, but I'll try.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So basically, you have a
So-
+2 to any strength or con-related rolls is a good way to think about it.
Right. I'll just do that right now.
Yeah.
So
Technically, that also makes your base health go up temporarily.
okay.
Plus
with
2
two
per
per
level.
level.
12
12?
points.
All right, I'm just gonna add that to the temp if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine if you want to do it that way. Just try to remember those can be healed into.
Okay. Actually, I'll put a plus 12 off to the side, and that way I'll know.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I got that.
And
All right.
just a reminder, if people didn't do that, everyone has a temporary hit point from
Your intelligence and wisdom are -2.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And the
Oh,
judgment
life,
of
okay.
others means nothing to you. You have no inhibitions. You have no social morals.
That's
Oh,
correct, right?
so-
Because -2 would be -1 for checks,
Yes,
right?
correct.
I'm gonna ask, since it was just mentioned, how many temporary hit points were you all supposed to have gotten?
No,
from
11.
whatever ability?
11
Mhm.
from leadership.
Oh, from leadership. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't stack, so I only
They
get
don't
my
stack,
18
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. You have no. Basically, there's no filter for you right now.
Hmm.
So it's not too much different than usual.
No, I have a
It
filter.
makes quite a difference. Yeah. Even people with strange urges and impulses will still be held in check by societal shouldn'ts.
Okay,
thing
let's
to
just
blend
hit this guy and go.
Matori goes, "What? Nim, where are
Yeah.
you?
I don't. We're taking too much time. Just knock him upside the head and let's get out of here. I'm tired.
Nim, where are you?"
I'm hiding over here. Use your eyes, old man.
What? Maltori goes slipping through the crates, sort of coming out into the open briefly, which you all see this man has a look of recognition on his face upon seeing Maltori. He lowers the pistol as if like, okay, he doesn't let it go, doesn't put it away, but he's lowering it. And Nim, you see Maltori's form sort of looming over you, and he goes, "Oh, what the hell? Nim, what are you covered in?"
I don't know. It feels pretty great, but let's just get this guy and go. I don't think we need to talk here. We can just go.
That is a fair point. This is a bit of a rescue mission, and
I didn't ask any of you to. Arwa,
You didn't ask, but it really doesn't fucking matter what you want right now. What matters is we're in the middle of this fucking camp, and we're here for you, so you're coming with us.
no, you're here for what
Wow.
I know and to bring some people out.
Well, you need to send better bird messages then.
I'm just happy one of
How?
them got through.
there. So you're not the one coming with us?
No, if I'm gone, then all hell breaks loose here. But
Don't think you know this, but hell has already broken fucking loose.
Nim, I think you should calm down for a moment.
Calm down. Everything I love is going to blow up if I don't make sure the right things happen right now.
And that's why you need to be a little more quiet, my friend.
Listen, I think you are very beautiful, but right now you are pissing me off.
Well then.
what powders do you have back here? She seems to have gotten into something. And he sort of side eyes and goes, "That's Maldonium over there."
Oh,
From the
great.
back,
She's
but
on.
there's just there's the audible face palm.
Which Nim, I don't know if are you staying hiding away or are you coming out to confront people?
Oh yeah, I'm mad.
Okay, Nim's eyes are aglow.
Oh no, she's gotten
oh,
into
yeah,
the
look.
drugs again.
I don't need your lip right now, Noah. You think
Don't
I get
worry.
into these things because I want to? Or do you
Don't
think that maybe that these things just happen to Nim sometimes? Because sometimes people decide, you know what, Nim, you need to really have to justify your existence. So right now, what I am thinking we are going to do is we're going to get whoever it is, we're going to get the fuck out, and we blow up this stupid whatever this is, and then we kill the leader of the town, or the Knolls, and then we go.
As jazzed up as she is, she does make a good point.
That's because I'm smart. You never give me credit for how smart I am.
Okay. Nim,
Yes, Papa.
my darling daughter. We're not acting rashly here.
This isn't rash. This is calculated.
Then your calculations need to hear the rest of his words, do they not?
Fine. Speak quick.
He sort of starts to quickly
Nim's tail is actually like kind of like moving behind her like a snake ready to strike.
Is it lit up
Sure.
right now?
Yeah, it's lit up going up into the danger colors that you remember from the Thule monsters.
he quickly starts to gather some things up from his desk, and he's moving over to Arwa, and she just gets these like scrolls and unrolled pieces of paper that just sort of like crumple up as they're pushed against her, pushed into her arms. He goes, "My life's work, I was right. It's done. I was right." And you can see the ecstatic joy on his face when he says that. Take those with you. One of the tents over for me. The matriarch and some of the others, they're held there. Please get them out. They don't deserve to be here.
That explains what we were
Matriarch?
hearing. That explains what we were hearing.
Yes, that she led this tribe before Kretch. She's good is wrong, but she's not like the rest of them. Okay. Beyond that, they will be assailing your fortifications with black powder. You know what black powder is, yes?
Yes,
Mm,
sort of
no,
one of
but-
the reasons why we came to find you, to maybe prevent that from happening, but we are a little late on that, I see.
They have plenty of it. I'll try to get rid of what I can. Most importantly, though, the elemental they have, the fire elemental, they've been corrupting it. Ritualistic things with the black powder I made, that they're turning it into something new.
Fire elemental.
New? Like what? Some sort of like
Black
Gun
powder
elemental?
elemental.
oh,
That
What?
is
that doesn't sound great. What does that even? Is everything just going to? Oh dear, that doesn't. God,
an ele-
is there? There's way too many questions. How many people are trapped over there that we're supposed to be getting out with the matriarch?
The matriarch, 2 of her sisters and 3 of her daughters.
We don't have that kind of numbers.
What
What's that?
what do you mean?
We can take 2 people. That's it.
No, we can take more.
No, we can take 2 people.
Remember, he has a scroll of teleport.
We could do 2 teleportations.
If we do that, we take this asshole.
No, someone's got to go deal with the black powder. Now that I know that you've got my work,
I'll
and
deal with the black powder. It's fine.
how are you going to deal with the black powder, huh?
I'll blow it up
Okay, how do you do that?
with magic.
What, are you going to strike it with some sort of a firebolt?
No, probably water. But you know, I do what I do.
Yeah, that won't work, I'm afraid. My dear.
How?
You
how
think
far
fire is
away-
better? I think fire is weak. Water is strong.
How far away is the black powder from here?
I don't know where they keep it, which is why the next batch I make will have a timed fuse within it.
When is your batch done?
I can get it sorted once you're gone.
Oh, once we're gone is not a very strange amount of time. It sounds to me that you are trying to be heroic and self-sacrificing, and we're telling you that we're just going to get the fuck out.
He looks vaguely insulted, but you catch that look on his face of like, you're not far off.
You want to be a hero like the great fucking Denoran, do you?
There is a genuinely hurt look on his face, and he just goes, "No,
you know
I'm just
you know
trying
what the great fucking Denoran did? He didn't throw his life away unnecessarily. He fought for people, and it was hard. You muster up, and you help us find a way to get you out of here too, because you know what you can do. You can help us with the defense. You can help us by telling us things about these people that we need to know. You are trustable. You are believable. You are
Trustable?
fucking not throwing. You are not fucking throwing your fucking life away because Arwa cares about you, and I want to fuck Arwa someday. I want to fuck her so much it is really painful. Okay, so I want you to get your shit together.
Someone restrain her.
It sounds more
And
like
And if
he-
she is sad about the fact that we were both here when
Can
you
you
tragically
quiet her
threw your
down?
life away.
I think this is a little.
Oh boy, okay.
You are not tragically throwing your stupid life away. If you don't know where it is, you can't make the fuse long enough, you won't know if you're going to get the timing right. So what, you're just taking a gamble on trying to blow things up at the right time. Have a small amount of it ready here and blow the fuckers up.
I can't just leave it where it is. They've got too many things in their stores.
What do they have in their stores? We don't know.
Yes, I know how much I've made. I know what I've made for them.
Yeah, do they know how to use it?
Yes.
What the fuck? What kind of fuck? What the fuck?
Listen, I made a deal that seemed worth it at the time, and it's only after all
What
this.
fucking deal did you make? You make a deal with the people at the Hell's Bell so you could learn how to make black powder make boom boom?
Yeah, no, they taught me how to make Maldonium so that I could find the solution myself, and it was here.
So you were giving them the Maldonium?
Yes.
Is it-
My
is it no
Maldonium
black-
in turn for their priests.
Right.
Plan.
Oh,
Maltori,
I'm gonna
Yes.
go blow shit up.
I want to go find
said everybody
Calon.
put-
put Nim.
Bye.
Maltori, I need the ring.
You need to explain what you're thinking.
I pull out the gender ring. One, we cast Dispel Magic on, or remove Curse on Taryc.
Nim, wait up, I
Over
might be coming with you.
Nope. We need you to get a lot of as many people out as possible.
Says the
Oh,
one with
boy.
the spell scroll to teleport as well.
What's that?
There's the one who also has a means of teleportation.
Yes. One, we need to find out where that stockpile is. We give Taryc the Ring of Gender once we make Taryc normal age again. Taryc now male null, they won't pay much attention. I shrink, go into Taryk's pocket. We find the...
They will pay attention. Arwa sort of like points at her eyes. It almost got me in trouble.
All right. All that.
don't think we should be making a plan much larger than it already is. We managed to get this far. So, as much as I want to explode as much as this camp as possible, I don't. Let us keep this the
Yeah.
plan.
Yes.
Let's try and.
I don't care about what anybody says or their opinions, right?
You. That's not what I said. I said you have
Okay.
no inhibitions.
Okay, I have no
If
inhibitions.
Nim would, from her genuine standpoint, listen to them, she still will.
Okay. All right. Nim will, in fact, wait when Maltori says wait.
Okay.
I needed to clarify whether or not I would
It's
stop.
not a, it's not a removal of everything you care about. It's you would go with the things you care about above anything, above judgment, above.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's basically you are following only what matters to you.
Yeah, I was like, I know I was like, no social norms matter to me right now, so I'm
Mhm.
trying to like figure what my level is. Sorry
Yeah.
about that, Yali. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine.
That's what
So-
is the idea?
I don't think we should be changing the plans this much now that we're this far. We came to rescue people, not to blow up the camp just yet. As much as I want to do that, as much as anyone here, I don't think we have the resources to do that.
Don't look over the guy. Do they pick up your powder here or outside of the tent?
They come in. I don't have much in the way of privacy.
So we could not leave it out and did it for a day or so if possible.
It is dangerous enough as it is. You wanted to go find Kellan as well, Amatori?
I'm hoping they still have him.
Yes.
Wait, what did they have Kellon?
Because we left him behind. When
Kellon got left behind? We must get
were
Kellon.
saved.
I think the finding. I don't mind the finding of Kellan. This is part of the rescue mission. I don't know. The only problem is that we have no idea where he is.
I could if I borrow the ring, me and Nim could go sneak around the camp, see if we can find them. Because do a little pass without trace.
Can't you just turn into a small animal like a rat?
I could, but I also my cloak can make me invisible.
They might eat a rat at this with how the food supply is going also.
1 second, just one moment, 1 moment. He's going to start doing a ritual. A few of you will recognize this as a resummoning from Find Familiar. And once he's done, his familiar will return as a cockroach.
That's handy.
That's a new type.
And he sort of like comes with it on his finger over to you, Iala. And he's going to like, all right, either you or Nim are going to escort this. You're going to find Kellon, and this will run to Kellon. Yes?
Yes.
I need to have contact with him to reset control if he has been separated. This will
Right.
act as my conduit.
All right. That makes sense.
Which one of you is going for the black powder? Is it you, Nim?
I will go where you tell me to, Papa.
He points at Matthias and goes, he's going to sort out a fuse for you right now, aren't you? And Matthias, who looks almost forlorn, goes, yes, I can do that. Do you have any idea of how far away it might be? How much time we might need? I can guess 15, 20 minutes, perhaps. Can you make a fuse for 15 to 20 minutes? One that's easily discoverable, and I don't think she could carry.
Squint.
He
Give me a
doesn't-
shorter fuse.
Okay.
How do fuse work? Do I break it?
The fuse You need to get it.
Nim has no experience with black powder,
Yeah.
so I'm playing this up. I don't know
Uh-huh.
how fuses work.
Yeah.
So
He's starting to explain.
do I recite it?
No. It's a piece of cord. It's specially treated. You need to get it into the black powder and light it. Once it burns down, it'll ignite the powder.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
We need to find the powder, don't we?
Yes, but you can light it once you've found the powder. So if you're a minute, I don't know,
Right.
the camp will go into chaos. You'll have to get back here while.
All I have to do is get to the Fey Woods.
I have another idea.
If anything
for the
goes
fuse,
bad,
potentially.
Iala, you go for the Fey Woods. That is what happens.
Yeah.
If we cannot get back, we make for the woods.
Yeah. That is
We,
the safest
you
place
will
for
you
us.
will make contact with us with magic. It will be okay. I have faith in us.
Cassian, how confident are you in pulling off that scroll?
Confident in them pulling?
How he's asking you how confident you are in managing to use the scroll.
I feel confident. I mean, it's read, scroll, and hope, right?
One of us is taking the nose home. Which one is it?
Papa is the most important person for the defense of the town.
You take everyone here, I'll take the gnolls. If I
Taryc,
can't get the
take my
gnolls
ring.
out, if I can't get the gnolls out, I will blow a hole on my way out with them, and we'll make for the woods.
I'm going to go over to Taryc and hold up a tiny little ring.
I will do my best to take the ring.
You hold the
Fuda
tally
must
I
the
can
ring.
cause enough of a distraction to hopefully get us out.
If I die, it is not a big fucking deal. Make sure Fula is there for the defense.
If your
She deserves her territory.
plan is to run with the gnolls, you'll have some difficulty. The matriarch is encumbered.
Then I will carry her.
Mm-hmm. I think I know that's
If
not
she
going
is
to happen.
encumbered in a way that I don't think you could carry.
The running is a backup plan.
It is
She
the
sounds
backup plan.
incredibly sexy
The-
right now. Okay.
The bigger thing is, I don't know if you can easily communicate with them.
I know how to speak with them.
Good. Even more reasons you should leave with safety.
It's fine. I'll make this cord and then I'll go with any nods towards you, Cassian.
Taryc,
Yes.
you promise me. If I don't make it, you'll make sure. Fula has a very sexy servant.
Can let me come
I
with you, Nim.
promise.
Let me come with you. I'm with the two of us together. I'm quite confident we'll be able to get out of here together.
Well, Ialia's using the ring, so you would have to turn into something small.
I could do that.
Little mouse mount. You can ride on top of them.
I am not a top. I do not ride Noah.
I'd also recommend something smaller. Mice are food.
Yes.
Right.
Can
Do you like
Can
spiders,
you-
Nim? I'll just okay. So the plan is, me and Nim go set explosives onto the gunpowder.
I try and find Kellen.
I'll be honest, I am more worried about Ialia having a safe time in a room full of elementals. If that is where Kellon would be. Noah, are you sure you not want to go with Ialia? You are a nature mage. You might be able to help break people free.
If I could, well,
And
if
if
I
you're
could
able to
get
disrupt the spells holding in some of their elementals.
that is
Honestly,
true.
my heart goes out to them, as Fula would
Hmm.
not want that to happen. I would trade jobs, but I think Iala will be the most mobile to chase the cockroach.
And me and Taryc will remain here as long as we are able. You head here. If
Yes.
we have to
When it
teleport
goes-
out before then you head for the woods.
We'll head for the woods, and you get out. Come back for us in the woods.
Boss.
We will find a way. Okay? We are
Yes.
not going to fucking die. Nima's eyes are glowing, her tail swishing. We are going to play smart, and we are going to win.
That has
No.
always been the plan.
Yeah,
We have the
Noah.
power of Bahamut and books on our side.
All I need is for you to get within sight range of Calon. I will have my familiar do the rest. What do you choose to do after? Just try to be safe.
No, are you coming with me for explosions, or are you going with Yalia to free elementals, maybe?
I honestly think that I would be best in order to free elementals. So
All right.
if I could, that could be
I
a
think-
double whammy.
I think honestly, you freeing elementals and earth priests would be amazing. I love you all
good.
very much. Goodbye, kids.
Be safe.
Look, Nim.
Cassian.
Right.
Well, we may as well. We'll meet you in Matriarch's tent. That's where you come back, okay?
Will
What's that?
do.
He's yelling to Nim and Nora and Iala to head for the Matriarch's tent next door as he's going to move with you.
I'm taking the fuse and
Yeah, you
I-
get handed
I-
this for you quite large piece of cord.
that's okay. It's going in the bag of holding. It's gonna be fun.
And also like this weird little sort of metal contraption that he shows you how to leverage it. And like there's a moment of like, shit, no, at your side you're gonna have to do this. And it produces flame.
I'm going to ditch that item because I can cast spells that make fire.
Right. So you are they what fire spells do you have?
Well, I have elementalism.
Oh,
I have
elementalism.
Druidcraft.
Elementalism will do.
Yeah. I have
You're laughing, but it's an
Vomit.
important question because some fire spells do not cause catching of objects.
Yeah. I have elementalism, which I think I can actually start a fire.
Yes.
So yeah, I can light candles and stuff.
Yep,
So
that
I will
would
be
do
like,
it.
no, I can make fire.
Okay, good. He repockets his item and.
So I have less thing. It's actually just a cord, so I'm gonna wrap it around myself.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
it's like a really upsetting belt / strap over the shoulders harness thing.
Um,
I look like I'm going Rambo.
to let you save your spell slots, Maltori is casting invisibility on you, Noah, and the Iala.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And his
Thank you,
familiar. In
Papa.
fact, he'll upcast it one more.
Thank you, Papa. I will be back.
Do you
Do
want-
hurry.
Do you want me to come to the tent, or do you want me to stay here?
You're coming as well. Come. And he's actually taking hold of your hand like you are a child, seemingly forgetting himself for a moment.
Before we
actually.
leave this tent, Cassian's actually reaching into a bag and starts pulling out little fluffy things. I'm using my bag of.
Oh, 1 second. I need to see if something slips out here. Yeah. Taryc, you
Yes.
are going to hear him as he grabs your hand say, "Come on, Arwa."
Oh!
And you see Arwa give him a somewhat alarmed look.
Oh.
Mm.
Maltori pauses briefly before looking down at you, Taryc, and just saying, "Later."
Just gonna
Nim
nod
doesn't
up at
notice
him.
this because she's on her eye of the prize and she had her back turned, so all she heard
Mhm.
was "Come on, Arwa."
Mhm.
Meant nothing.
Right, and you are all going to those that are remaining for this wait for or teleportation. I was going to sort of lead you all on out. Matthias is coming
What,
with.
what
Mhm.
was Cassian doing?
Oh yes.
Cassian's. I'm using all the charges of my bag of tricks.
Okay.
So I need to roll 3d8.
I can say one thing out of character really quick.
Mhm.
Mm.
Toby, keep in mind every animal that you bring is going to create new smells.
then I will wait until we're just about ready to teleport.
Okay, that's a good idea. But I think it's a really good idea. But keep in mind, it will create smell, and
Yeah.
we are going odorless right now. Which I will have said. Hopefully we've reapplied our stuff before we separated because it only lasts a couple hours.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Should be able to because we should have some more.
we have a big jar
Yeah.
of it, so yeah. And we probably want to put it on the new guy, and we're probably gonna put it on the other people. So yeah.
Well, this new guy's scent is supposed to be here, like,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, so-
just like the others. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's
making
not
that
supposed to be in the
disappear.
other area. That's why it might be good to put it on him
okay,
because he's not supposed to be in the room with the.
okay. So it doesn't it on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. In that case, Nim and Iala and Noah head on off. The rest of you, including Matthias, move out through the same slit Arwa created, and she's going to cut into the other tent. Okay. What we're going to do is start with Nim. Nim, go
Mhm.
ahead and give me a new stealth roll.
Yep. I get advantage, and
Yep.
I have guidance running because she would for this.
Yes, it is a thing you know you're doing.
Oh yeah, fuck you.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright,
I'm a leap
Nim-
in the wind.
It's invisible, which simply
I
means
will.
you need to find where you're going.
Yep, I am going to because I am so good at stealthing right now,
Mhm.
and I was going to do this anyway. I am going to activate my elemental ability that I can do for 10 minutes.
Mhm.
I'm giving myself a flight speed.
Mhm.
And it increases my movement speed by 10 feet because normally I'm pretty slow.
Ooh,
And so I am going to go 30 feet instead of 20. And
Okay.
I'm going to use that to give me advantage while I look around.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a couple of things here. When he was
This
showing you
might
how
help.
to use that
Good.
fuse, he demonstrated with a barrel of gunpowder that he had there. So you know these are barrels.
Mhm.
He would have told you they collect multiple at a time. So, and what did he think to inform you that? We're going to give it a high or low roll.
Okay. Can I be looking for drag marks or things like that for like a cart or something? Because there would have had to be
Well,
something heavy.
this is why we're doing a high or low
Yeah.
roll. Do you want high?
Okay.
And it's positive. High positive or low positive?
Oh, high.
Okay. He would have told you that they don't bring it by cart. They don't carry it either. Basically, they drag a large sled.
So it'd be big muddy marks.
Big muddy marks, long lines. Maybe the occasional like drag and catch. So that's what you're looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead. You can have a perception check with advantage.
Okay. I use my guidance for stealth. I would not be able to probably do it again for that
No.
because it would break me out of stealth. So please.
16.
16?
All right. I'm gonna say it's not perfect. You find things that like would match this.
Other things get dragged.
Yeah, other things do get dragged, but it's enough that you'll be on the right course. It's just it will take you slightly longer than if you'd roll perfectly.
So
So
at
you,
least I'm on a positive. So yeah.
yeah. All right. Also from your vantage point up here, with that perception check, Jesus Christ, this is a big encampment. This is hundreds and hundreds of gnolls.
Mhm.
It suddenly strikes you that you have way less defenders than they even have, like, just cannon fodder.
Mhm.
All right. You
I
are
will
doing that.
Start skidding my way on the ice.
Iala
to
and
keep
Noah,
advantage of defense.
you can go ahead and give me stealth rolls as well.
Noah is going to use wild shape and become a moth.
Okay, you're going to be a moth.
You
And
can't.
I
Oh,
can't?
fly! Yeah, it flies.
I'm
Yeah,
flying
fly.
speed.
You can't do it. You
Fly.
can't turn. You can't turn anything with flying. You have to be higher level.
I
You
keep
can turn into a cockroach.
Turn into a crab.
Battle.
Noah's ultimate enemy. Turn into a centipede.
I put on the ring. I'm not permanently small.
Oh, so close.
So
Come join me, Alia.
can I? Do I need to carry you, Noah?
What are you becoming, Noah?
Caterpillar.
Actually, yeah, Noah will become a caterpillar.
Okay. All right. Noah transforms into a little caterpillar, which doesn't move fast, so it might want to carry Noah.
Oh, wrap them about yourself like one of those little fluffy things.
Carry me.
Oh, yeah, what kind of caterpillar
I
are you?
can-
A fuzzy caterpillar, or are you like a little green caterpillar? What are you?
Are you a stabby caterpillar?
Are you
Um,
poisonous? Venomous?
Let me just moth.
Are you a weedle?
You're looking up what turns into a moth.
Totally
You're
be
a little silkworm.
fuzzy bear.
A little of lunar moth caterpillar.
Mm-hmm.
So a little,
Whatever that looks like, right?
yeah.
Nice.
We can
Okay.
make silk now.
All right. All right. In that case, you both go ahead and give me your stealth rolls.
Oh boy.
If I cast guidance on myself before I
Yes, you can do that.
transform. Okay.
But you'll have it for a minute though, because can you cast it again when you're a caterpillar?
No.
No, I wouldn't be able to.
Oops, that's
Okay.
not the.
Nope,
Okay,
that's not
so
stealthing.
Iala suddenly bursts through the
Immediately
tent,
starts fire.
spewing.
Let's see. Where'd my go? Stealth. Oh,
Wow, look at those two.
Okay.
Wow, good for them.
Look at all those two.
Suddenly, all anyone hears is dun 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 dun.
Hey, Team Stealth Adventure is doing well.
They are doing
Yes,
well.
they are.
that's a natural 20 for me. Hooray!
All right. The two of you head on out and manage to slip into the shadows. Iali moving silently. It's amazing. Like you can see the big like dips and furrows in the ground ahead of you at this scale, and like you're not having to look down past your own chest to spot them. Stealthing is easy when the terrain up ahead of you is easily visible. No twigs appearing underfoot because look, it's a massive log in front of you. Right,
Probably gives you a bit of appreciation for Nib's day to day right now.
At least I can fly.
You guys might have a little bit of an easier time spotting at least one thing. In fact, Nim, because you were flying, you would spot this as well. It's just not what you're going for. There's multiple fires burning in this camp. You know, big bonfires and so on. But a little more north into the camp, there is flame that is moving, writhing, towering above everything else. And you can see like black, acrid smoke pouring off of it. As you can all see this massive bound fire elemental seemingly writhing in agony. You can't really see what's happening around it lower down because tents block you a few points, but yeah.
Nim is going to say quietly, very quietly, internal monologue almost. Fula, I swear. I'll fuck up whoever did that to that elemental.
If we could, Yalia, do you think if we let that one loose, we'd be able to still find Kellen?
I don't think we can mess with that. We're only like an inch high. I don't want to be spotted.
Okay, fine.
Let's work on finding Kellen first.
Kellen first, and then Elemental Boogaloo. Got it.
I like to think there's this little caterpillar wiggling its tiny little arms with his fat, stubby little body beat.
You got this caterpillar wriggling his little fat little arms, and there's this cockroach that just keeps like circling around the area.
I'm the mistress of bugs. How have I fallen?
You've just taken level of ranger and you're now a swarm keeper.
Oh no, not the rangers. That's worse.
Oh, mean.
Note to self: no cures in that direction.
I wish you'd cast Pass Without Trace on us before we left.
It doesn't work on you itself. It's a 30-foot area around me.
Oh, yeah, it's too bad.
Okay. Maltori would have told you that as you were leaving that he was going to be casting a spell through the cockroach every now and then. Essentially, it has a radius of undead detection, but you still need to get within a certain area to find Kelon.
Yeah.
How do you want to go about this?
Yalia's gonna be flying like above the tents so she doesn't accidentally fly into anybody going around. And she is going to, if there are open tents, she's going to just try and dip down to look inside. But otherwise, she's gonna be hoping the cockroach can sense where
So
this.
you are just randomly going tent by tent as you see them.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to go ahead and give me perception with disadvantage, but Noah can also roll this.
Hey. Because I don't know where we're going, so I have no method.
Do you have any logical guesses as to where Kellon might be kept that Iala might have?
Would there be, like, since he's a big suit of armor, like a weapon depot?
Presumably, there might be weapon holds. There might be the larger tents. He's surprised he could be somewhere important. There are different avenues you could pursue rather than just check each tent.
Yeah. She's gonna look for places that look like they would be storing equipment, weapons, or captives.
Okay. All right. In that case, go ahead and make the perception check without disadvantage.
Hooray!
Perception.
Okay. All right. You notice like a lot of the larger tenting and so on seems to be more towards that fire elemental, essentially more towards the center of camp. It looks like. So you start making your way that way. The cockroach will follow you. You see it occasionally flit up into the air, but it seems to like just be running on the ground and so on, just keeping you in sight. Right. To the tents. Cassian and Taryc, moving with the NPCs. You enter this tent, and the inside, it's strange. It's rather lushly decorated. Like there's a sense of there is a level of respect here and comfort given, despite this clearly being a confinement. And as you enter, rather immediately, there isn't too much to hide behind here. A couple of very large gnolls, clearly female, are standing up. They don't have weapons, but teeth are bared, claws are readied as you intrude in here. They look quite a bit older than you, Taryc. Like you can see sort of the fur's a bit more
Especially now.
patchy. There's like some graying in areas and so on. They look heavily scarred, old scars. And like even with their age, they are still very strongly built. You can see musculature moving beneath fur. And they immediately start moving towards the group of you as you come on in. Behind them, you can see a gnoll bigger than even them. Taryc, this gnoll would be like looking down, even if you weren't a child. They'd probably be looking down at you quite a bit like you were. She is lounging in a pile of furs right now. She is incredibly heavy-bellied, very pregnant looking, large breasts, much like you, just more. She is wearing a sort of array of furs and silks that barely cover her. They're more accenting. In fact, it actually kind of feels a lot like the clothing you see back home in Thule. Just less silks, more furs.
Made more for the colder
yes.
temperature than the heat that is there.
Yep. Quite a bit of jewelry, and she is wearing a sort of covering over half her face that is studded with gem-like eyes. 7 of them, each sort of glowing lightly.
Interesting.
Around her are 3 more gnolls. 2 of them look like they're about your age. Well, your normal age, I should say. Again, female. They are covered up more than she is. They're actually sort of wearing almost cowls over themselves. And then there is one that is actually closer to your current age, who is like just sort of huddled behind one of the others. That's the grouping you see. But yes, 2 of them are approaching you with very clear hostile intent.
I'm gonna try Tuliandol. I know it doesn't perfectly work. We are friends. We are sent here with to help you escape. I'm gonna point over at because I don't actually know what name we're supposed to be calling him. He doesn't want to go by Matthias. Matthias.
You do know that apparently he's known as Awful.
Or oh, I hate that name.
Mhm.
Just because I can't
It's an awful
say it.
name.
Yes, awful.
There's a brief pause from the two approaching you, enough to like let everyone else enter into the tent. Cassian, you see these gnolls like very much standing off against the group of you entering. And as Awful's able to poke in, he is also sort of putting his hands up and just going, Gadri, these are friends, please.
I like how hostile they were to a gnoll pup.
Uh-huh.
I
Did you get cleared by Cassian?
I don't think I
No,
got.
no,
clear.
she's
Still a
still
gnoll pup,
no.
right?
Actually,
Yeah,
you know,
pup.
you're correct. She's still a no pup, right?
Uh-huh.
In that case, we're going to rewind briefly.
Okay.
Instead of a hostile approach, there's clear caution, confusion on their faces as you come on in. But they are looking at you very intently, and they're clearly looking at your eyes. And then Cassian, you will enter to seeing Taryc essentially being swaddled up in the arms of a very large, strong gnoll lady. And then when Cassian enters, the other old lady goes into that same hostile stance. In fact, it's a little bit worse because I think they'd assume you're being pursued.
He is a friend.
You're saying that in Tulino?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the only language, because I believe we already figured out that they don't really speak
Right,
Malady.
so this pup is bad with her words, is the assumption here. Cassian, how do you react to a gnoll approaching you?
Ladies, no. Not here for a fight. Not here for a fight. We're here to get you out. And Cassian's panically going through different languages. He knows.
Okay. What languages do you know?
Language button work? Does
Let's
not.
see. I know there's Malady, Common, Tulian, Drow, Draconic, Lenosian, Mashan.
Okay.
I think the Notion's Malady, right? Is this?
Yes, it's
language
basically the
here.
same language. Like there's a tiny bit of but it's like accentual drift, you know.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's very close. Thankfully, I don't think a 13 hits you, Cassian, right?
Actually, no, that won't.
Yeah. So you are frantically stammering out in multiple languages that you're here to be friendly, while this gnoll has like taken a. She's tried to rip out your jugular. At claw swings at you, and then as Awful comes in, he goes, "Please, he's going to start speaking in a dialect that Taryc, you struggle to understand, but you can tell there's some basis there. It's a gnoll tongue. You see he's addressing the large gnoll laying down, and she sort of snaps and barks at the one attacking Cassian, who does like back away a bit. The one holding Taryc has actually like backed away further as if protecting child.
Mm-hmm.
And he Matthias is going to look at all of you and go, tongue spells, gentlemen.
Cassian's just shaking his head.
Oh, fine, my spell slots.
I was waiting for that comment.
All right. He is going to. All right, who's this guy? Let's see. He's going to go. He's going to look at Matthias and go, "May you please ask her permission for me to cast on her? I don't want to get my head ripped off." And Matthias again starts to speak to this gnoll, and there is like a sudden like argument amongst the gnolls there. Clearly some distrust, clearly some apprehension, but the matriarch slowly like sort of pushes herself up into a bit more of a sitting position, and just beckons Matthias over. They clearly know him. They're not as wary, but there's still that hesitation. Letting
I
someone
like
just
to
cast a
think
spell
that
on you is.
the holding Taryc the whole time is like brushing the top of their head, trying to be like soothe and
Yeah,
make sure the child
yeah,
knows it's the
Taryc, you're getting little. Shh, it's okay. It's okay.
baby.
Like the fact I've got a shield on.
It looks really comically like a toy, though.
Yeah, I know.
Maltori starts to approach the matriarch, and as he gets in distance, she suddenly pushes herself up to a full standing position. Seeing that amount of weight and mass move so quickly is a little alarming, but her towering above him just goes in fairly good Melody Common. I don't need your casting. What are you doing in my tent? Whoa, okay. We're here to get you out of here. Matthias looks vaguely betrayed, as if unaware that she spoke common. And she starts to just sort of lumber forth. You see one of the other gnolls as actually sort of one of the younger ones has moved off and has grabbed this great big ornate staff. Looks like it's made from one solid piece of wood, gnarled and curled at the end, and it has a whole array of like bent holy symbols hanging off of the end of it, which she just uses to support herself as she moves over to Cassian and Matthias. Maltori sort of hurriedly moving along beside her. Cassian, she actually leans down, and she's clearly she's sniffing, inhaling deeply, and she just gives you a quizzical look.
Hi.
Is it obvious to the look obvious to everybody, or just to Cassian?
Yeah, it's a big head count.
We are using magic to not have a smell, so we weren't detected getting in.
Her face turns over to you, sort of looking perplexed, and she goes, "Your pup speaks very well."
She's a lot older than she seems.
Funny enough, there's only a 5-year difference between what I rolled and actually what
Put her down. She says in common before sort of catching herself and barking in Nollish at the other Noel, who looks down at you, Taryc, and then just like releases you. You thump down to the floor.
Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna point again at wow, I'm having a hard time with names. Matthias, and he asked us to rescue you, get you out of here.
Her gaze turns back to Matthias, and she just goes, "Very soft, Smith. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand what's been happening. And he just falls quiet. And she turns back to regard everyone and just goes, "And by what means do you mean to take us?" Teleportation.
If you so wish.
Are we just running?
We are set up to defend against the attack on our town.
So that's what we're here for, And do you mean to keep us safe or hold us hostage?
And if it was completely up to me to keep you safe, I do not believe anyone else means you harm.
If you have no ill will towards our town and you do not agree with what your tribe, and he's saying those words cautiously as if unsure, is doing, then I pledge to you that we mean to keep you safe, and if anyone has other ideas, my spells will be at your side. And he looks over to you, Cassian, as if like questioning, does that sound agreeable?
If they have no ill will towards us, I don't see a problem in making sure they're safe.
And he leans in closer and goes, we cannot say that our townsfolk will be friendly.
I already know that.
We get them out of it. If that happens, yes.
Yeah.
Good boy. And he sort of gives your shoulder a couple of pats. Then we will guarantee your safety, whatever form that takes. I am not sure. I desire to leave. Which that makes Matthias actually sort of step forward a bit and goes, "You have to leave. You can't stay here with that madman." And she sort of just snaps her jaws at him. It seems almost aggressive, but Taryc, you know this is just the equivalent of like putting up your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And she just goes, "Leaving my sons and daughters is no easy ask." Are your sons and daughters afflicted under this maddening drug? And she actually scowls, and you see her grip on her staff tighten as she looks to the other gnolls in this room and goes, all outside this tent, yes. Then what are you going to do for them? She glares a little bit before she just turns, talks back over to her bedding, and settles back down. You see one of the older gnolls moving over to her side, seemingly starting sharing a husk conversation with her. The one that was holding Taryc steps forward, and it's just like looking you up and down. It's appraising, not hostile, but cautious. And she points at you, Taryc, and she puts her hand at about your head level.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sort of raises it up and tilts her head.
Is she seeming to keep moving it up, or?
No, she just brings it up to like about her head level.
And you said she's about the same. Was she about the same height as me?
She's a bit bigger than you, but go ahead and roll a insight check. Okay, you know she's not trying to gauge like your exact height or anything. She's basically just trying to indicate, are you actually adult?
Matriarch, do not forget. Do forget you have others coming, other sons and daughters.
The matriarch pauses in her conversation and just stares at you a little coldly before resuming it.
She is pregnant right now.
You would not want them to fall under this. I would not want them to fall under this either. It is hard to leave, I know.
The one that is sort of motioning height difference at you clicks her claws together as if trying to catch your attention, Taryc.
Turn back over.
She crouches down to be face level with you, and you hear she just like puts a claw to your chest, and brings it back to her, and then just sort of like wiggles her fingers.
I don't even know how to. What
I
to
think
think of that?
they're
It's a-
asking you if
Oh.
you've been cast on magic.
Yeah, it's the fairly universal way people in this setting
Wait.
indicate
Wiggly.
magic.
Okay. Yeah, I used an item to be able to fit in something a little easier.
Remember, this person doesn't speak the language you're talking.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
You might,
Yeah,
you
she's
might
sort of
wanna just
squinting,
nod.
tilting her head a
Yes,
bit.
I'm just gonna nod.
She then jabs her finger towards Maltori and to Cassian and gives you a questioning look.
Shake my head at that. Who actually has the unicorn? Wait,
Cassian does, technically, I think,
Okay.
maybe.
Cassian's gonna rummage through his bag and
No,
pull out
no.
the.
Do not.
Hmm?
Please no. Please no. Please no. Out of character. Please
That
no.
was an out of character question, not a question of
Yeah.
you bring it out.
Yes, I believe I do.
Okay. I'm gonna actually point at myself and do the
Fingy
wiggly
wigglies.
fingers.
She then points at herself and does the same gesture, and then how's she going to try and indicate this? She does that gesture.
Charades.
She does that gesture again, touches the tip of her muzzle, and then points it to you and tilts her head.
Oh, she wants to understand you. As for dogs.
Maltori, would you be able to have something on me that would make it so that they could understand me?
Yes. What's this rigmarole we're doing?
I think this one here wants to be able to understand what I'm saying. I
I'll be
unfortunately
back
do
in
not
just a
have.
moment.
Okay, you know what? Yes, sure.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's the best way to go about this. Tongues will comprehend. Tongues. We're just going to tongues on you. Yes. All right, and Maltori will cast tongues on you, Taryc. The one talking to you actually. Oh no, yeah, that's the way it's going to go. Not privy to your conversation and not having really gotten an answer from you. When Maltori starts to cast on you, she clearly casts something at Maltori, and the spell doesn't take.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, she wanted to cast it on you.
Oh.
This is why it's great when there's a language problem. No one knows what's
yes.
going on.
I'm going to...
And she is now standoffish with Maltori. You can see she is holding in one of her hands. It's like it would be a pendant, only it's strung up on multiple little lines from her fingers to settle in her palm. It's a casting focus.
Is it something I recognize by looking at it? Like what it is?
It looks shamanistic.
Okay. I'm going to kind of try to get her, use my hands to get her attention, and nod and wiggly fingers, point at her, point at me.
Okay.
Kind of
She tilts her head a little bit as if trying to ascertain whether you are actually agreeing, for very cautiously reaching out and touching you and casting a spell. And you hear Maltori muttering, "So she gets to cast on you, but I don't get to cast." Mm-hmm. And yeah, you have tongues cast on you.
I Can you understand me now?
I can. You will hear me, child.
Yes. Yes. I apologize. I thought you were asking me to cast it. I do
Did
not have the
these
ability to.
warlocks do this to you?
No. We have an item that turns you into a child. I needed to be smaller to fit into something to come here.
This ends?
Out of character, 'cause I can't remember how long it lasts. 24 hours.
24 hours, yes.
It lasts a day, but it does not, other than being shorter, does not seem to hamper any of my other abilities.
Your tongue is strange sounding.
I am from a different continent. I come from the land of Hea, from Tuli.
A far off tribe.
Yes. Well, kind of. I had to flee my tribe to avoid being killed.
You will say this quietly to your friends. If my sister does not agree to go, you take her anyway.
Understood.
At
What
this
about
point,
the rest of you?
that conversation stops as we move. Nim,
Yes.
you enter a tent, following trails and tracks, and you see, oh boy, that is a lot of barrels, and the smell in here.
It's about right.
Oh god, it smells like a tent full of gunpowder.
Perfect.
You see barrels. You can even see like some of these already have fuses put in them, as if they are readying for an assault. And you also see like there are looser bags of gunpowder. There's like a whole table that's like got a lot of it worked on it, and there is a rack of these metal tubes with these strange handles on them, much longer than the one Matthias was holding. Like you need to use both arms to carry these. There's those, and then there are these great big, almost like barrel-like tubes as well, resting on wheels.
Is there anyone in the tent?
There is, yes. In fact, there is going to be a singular knoll in this tent right now. We're going to give you high or low for luck.
Okay.
High or low?
I'll take high. Oh my. Worst
Um,
of lucks.
there is the most diligent guard on duty there has ever been. He is not asleep in a chair. In fact, he
My
is like
stealth is still.
your stealth is still high, but he is
Yeah.
looking about with a great paranoia, and we're going to give him a perception check. I doubt it's going to beat your stealth, but he's going to get one.
I'm gonna roll back up to see what my perception my stealth was. Okay, I had a 32.
All right,
Come on.
Mr. Diligent Noel here can't actually beat it, but we're going to roll anyway. If he gets a natural 20, I might give him another roll to see if he can beat it. No. But yes, you can tell this Noel is paying attention. So if you did anything to drop your stealth, it might be bad.
Were there a lot of people outside the tent?
Yes. You do appear to be in some sort of like armament area, and there were a lot of gnolls marching about. There's a smithy right nearby where gnolls seem to be gathered around it, waiting as if like they're trying to get the best blades and such. In fact, you saw a fight breaking out briefly, a squabble as you were entering this tent. You are in one of the more active areas.
If I cast a hostile ability, that breaks me out of stealth, right? That's
Yes.
if it's attack or things that do damage and stuff like that. But if I cast a spell that's not hostile, it doesn't do it.
Let me double check.
Because I think that's what new stealth is.
Let me double check.
Deals damage, attacks, or casts a spell. Breaks the spell. Breaks invisibility.
Okay, it is also that. Okay.
Unless it's greater invisibility, then it lasts for the duration.
Yeah, I don't think Maltori gave me that. I don't think
It did
Maltori's
not.
that kind.
You can only cast that on one creature.
Mm-hmm. I can't really tell how strong this guy is. Can I get into a position? I could set the fuse into the gunpowder, probably. Yes. So I will do that as a first thing.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is I want to cast.
I'm going to give you options here.
Still guns.
I'm actually going to give you options here. We're going to do a quick little layout, right? Let's see. Ignore the scale, but you see the little cart house storage on the map here.
This one?
No, look over to the side.
Okay, yeah, that one. Okay.
Imagine that is the tent. Yeah, it's massive.
For now, it's huge.
There are barrels lining the entirety of the left side. You have coming from the south. The guard is in a central position. Where do you want to light the fuse? Or put the fuse, I should say. Southern barrels, like more centered in the tent. Do you want to try and get north? He is facing south.
Well, he is facing south. I will put it to the north. Where's the gun rack at?
Gun rack would be up to the north.
Up to the north. Okay.
Gun rack is up here. Also up here are, in modern parlance, cannons.
Okay, but there's lots of fuses, right?
Oh, yes.
So I could just start lighting all the fuses.
You could.
And just see how that goes.
Matthias assumed that they would not put fuses in ahead of time. Matthias was wrong.
Yeah. And the thing is once a fuse lights, I don't know what it does, but I'm worried that the guard will see it and put it out or something because it's a burning thing.
So making a hole in the bottom of a barrel out of you and trying to put your own fuse in?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
So I will put my fuse in, and then
in that case, what I'm going to ask you for you to do is I want a sleight of hand to see how quietly you can do this, see whether it actually breaks yourself or not.
Okay, I do not get advantage on this. Can I cast guidance on myself? No, probably not, because I'll break myself. So, yep, sleight of hand. 14.
Okay. You take a little knife, start in one of the sort of like gaps in the barreling to make it, try and get it wider. Start trying to thread the fuse in. And you hear the gnoll going, and he is actually moving over to where you are. Not fully alerted, but...
Am I behind the barrel?
Yes.
I am going to go ahead, since I'm already in danger, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy, which... I'll cast Thaumaturgy, because that's the one I have no components on right now. I can make the tent flap flipper.
Okay, yeah.
With Thaumaturgy, so I will make the tent flap flip.
Okay.
On the opposite side.
And
then if I can, I would like to, because I can make a phantom sound, I'd like to make a sound of like squeaking rat.
Oh, okay. Can you go ahead and give me a performance check with advantage?
Okay.
25. Okay. You hear a spine-tingling, horrible, guttural growl come from this gnoll, who is like right near your barrel, was crouching down to like look around, so it's so close to you. And then you see them like snap their teeth and growl, meat, and leap through the tent flap.
All right. I'm going to do some things as fast as I can. I am casting an unseen servant, and I'm having it put as many of the guns as fast as it can into my bag of holding.
Okay.
And then I am lighting every fucking fuse I can with my elementalism.
Okay. All right. And then getting the fuck out, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I don't know how fast these fuses burn, so yeah, I'm gonna try at least get like maybe 2 guns. That would be cool. But more is better. I'm just grabbing whatever I think I can shove in quick while I'm doing it.
I'm gonna ask you, how many seconds? How many seconds of gun grabbing?
Give me 10 seconds of gun grabbing because I am lighting as many fuses as I can because I don't know if anybody can come in and stop this, and I figure I'll do it for that. I'm lighting my fuse last.
Okay, you can roll 2 plus D4 to see how well your unseen servant handles these.
So when you say 2 plus D4, do you mean D4 plus 2?
Yes.
Okay. I get 3 guns maybe.
All right, you get 3. All right, you get 3. Like your unseen servant is doing the very slow, methodical pick up, angle correctly, slide in. You know, it's been a good boy.
In 1 minute of time, even though it has the ability to go grab, put in, it's grabbing, slowly turning, slowly lowering.
And also, in your current state of being, it's fucking infuriating.
Oh, I'm so pissed at this thing. In fact, I'm leaving it there and giving it the job to hold one of the lit fuses and like roll a barrel around or something in a circle because I'm just gonna leave the fucker to explode.
Okay. All right.
Are we using the old? Hopefully these aren't the old unseen servants from.
No, they're not the ones from Forgotten Promises. It's fine. It's not a Fey child. It's okay.
All right, you run on out of the tent and start making your way back to the hopeful meet point.
Yeah, I'm gonna start stealthing my way. Actually, I'm gonna do a higher low on myself because I am uninhibited away right now. I want to save the elementals, and that's hard on my brain.
So you want to see if you can go off after them?
I'm gonna see if I'm going after them or not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Verd, high or low, whichever one you pick is the direction that I would go towards you. Because it's fun to pick you. You get upset. So I'm rolling a D100. Whatever one you pick is the direction that I would go towards you and trying to find you and Iala.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. I'm gonna try to find the elemental tech.
Okay. All right.
So I will stealth again and take to the sky.
Okay. And finding elementals.
22.
Finding elementals. You've got a pretty good guess of which direction those are in, at least.
Yep.
Right. Iala and Noah.
I'm sorry. I'm playing up the fact that I have a problem right now. I think I'm doing the best I can.
Iala and Noah. You have entered an area of the camp that makes your skin crawl. There's just something in the air that feels unnatural, like an almost sickening eldritch charge. I'm going to ask for both of you, just give me an investigation checks so I know what I'm going to give you here.
Eh. 10 and 11.
10 and 11? Okay. All right. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Both of you, give me a number between 1 and 3.
6.
No.
2.
2?
Oh, 3.
2 and 3. Okay. In that case, as you're looking around, I'm going to assume that to cover quicker ground now that you know you're in the right place, you split up briefly. Just to, try and get back before people leave. Iala, you enter a tent and immediately see some unpleasant stuff here. There are what you might not know the exact methodology for this, but I think even most commoners would recognize when a holy symbol has been desecrated. This tent is full of wrong holy symbols, either sundered, inverted, things added to them. and there is a ritualistic table in here, and you can see with the body of what appears to be a priestess. She is cut open, organs spilled out, blood running from this altar into like this weird funneling of essentially arcana circles and so on, set into the stonework beneath her.
Uh-huh.
And you can see like on the altar, like as if this special little spot that's attached to it looks like it's been struck with something hard enough to break it into pieces, is a shattered holy symbol of Lysol.
Oh no.
Okay. Lysol is the
Is mine and my god.
No, that's
Okay,
Lalasil.
Oh, Lala's still done it.
Lysol is the
Goddess of undeath.
Yeah. Okay, that's not good. All right.
Noah?
Uh-huh.
You chose 3, which, funny enough, you enter a tent and immediately see Kellon, who is sans armor at this point, just this large skeleton. But I'd say like the way the eyes go and so on, it's clearly the same thing. You could also see like his suit of armor set off to the side, that large sword that he wielded. It's easy enough to assume who this is. Kellon is being examined by what looks like to be a gnoll, who is also carrying a staff that has a bunch of like broken, twisted, warped holy symbols on it. And you can see like one is like freshly adorned, carved out of wood, is a symbol of Lysol that is upside down and just has this extra sort of like eye added into it. It is dripping in relatively fresh blood. And you see the gnoll bark something, and you see Kellon kneel before it.
Oh.
The gnoll starts to laugh uproariously. And then just sort of gestures towards a suit of armor, barks out another command, and starts to leave as Kellon starts to adorn himself again.
Yalia! I found him! Hurry!
I thought
Yali's
it
not.
was this little caterpillar wiggling ahead
Aha.
of Yalia.
This little caterpillar, this cockroach moving beside a caterpillar. The cockroach is clearly like looking at Kellon, but has not like moved towards it as Maltori said he would.
Oh my god! Maltari! Kellen's right there, but it looks like something's a problem.
Since Iala didn't find Kellen in that tent, she's off to find Noah. Go towards where Noah was going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the caterpillar couldn't have gotten too far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find Noah and then see Kellon getting dressed into armor.
Oh, we found him. That is the cockroach not going for.
No, it was Kellen was listening to a gnoll giving him orders. It looked like something was on his staff. I think they managed to override him or something.
Oh, what are we gonna do for this?
I saw one of the icons. It looked like it was fresh. It looked like a blasphemous Lysol.
I can only guess. I think I found a priestess of such. They might have done subverted the controls of Lysel. She looks around to see if she can still see that knoll that was
I could point him out.
If you
to
would
which
point to the
direction
tent flap where they left.
they went that way.
she flies up to the top of the tent to see if she can see them.
Go ahead and give me a perception check now that they've sort of headed out amongst the other gnolls.
Perception.
Okay. Yep, you will see that gnoll moving around towards one of the larger tents here. Also, that great big fire elemental, not far off from you, maybe 100 yards. You can see like a whole bunch of gnolls gathered around it, each holding a different form of like arcane focus, be it staff, sphere, little wands and such. There's clearly a ritual going on around here, and you can see the barrels of black powder that are occasionally like handfuls grabbed, tossed into it with incantations being spoken. It both strikes you that how horrible that is for the elemental, and like, good God, imagine keeping open barrels of black powder that close to a fire elemental. Madness. But yeah, you see the gnoll wandering away with their bloodied, desecrated symbol, and immediately out of tent coming to greet them, one of the biggest gnolls you've ever seen in your life. Unusually for the size, it's a male. It is clad in heavy armor, very crudely wrought but clearly plate mail. It has a large sword, like dragging on the ground, just held in one hand. Could have holstered it, could have left it where it be, but it seems to like to show it's pulling this around. It clearly has a pair of horns and these massive red wings on its back.
Ooh. That's alright. That's not too far. How far away would you say they are?
I'd say they're about 60 meters away.
Okay. And are there, with all these open barrels of gunpowder, do they have any like sources of flame other than the fire elemental around?
Not around the fire elemental, no. That thing is casting enough light that they did not seem to feel the need to bring flame closer.
Okay. Just thinking. One of the. What does it look like? The is holding the elemental in place, if I can see it.
Looks like there are arcane wards inscribed into the dirt, as it is just muddy dirt out here, no rock or anything. Looks like there are furrows sort of like rent deep into the dirt so it doesn't get disturbed easily. Seems to be filled with like powder within the furrows. And each of the people cutting around it is also in their own little arcane circle that is attached by a line to the primary one.
Okay.
At this point, Nim, give me a perception check.
Actually, I wanted to say, I wanted to retract the idea of going for them.
Uh-huh.
Because I realized that Nim has a duty to Fula and a duty to Waltori, so she wouldn't skip that. So, but I was wondering if I could do something instead.
Sure. What's that?
So I did want to go a little off track. I want to get on the tops of the tents, make more squeaking noises, and then use create food and drink to make a bunch of dead rats.
Okay, you can
because I'm trying to cause chaos. Yeah, I want to do that to cause a bit of chaos because it seemed like they freak out when they have food.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm hoping it might cause an infight, so I'm going to do that.
Right, you're doing that anyway. Back.
Okay.
Carry on, Iala.
I'm going to attempt an Arcana check to see if I can understand the sigils and see if like I can see weak points and stuff. I'm not confident in this roll.
Really
I think I want to try re-rolling that, even though I have a -1, because I really want to know. If I had my pseudo dragon out, they have a better Arcana than me, but I don't want to take them out because it would be a little too obvious for them. They're not small and invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to use my reroll on this.
Okay. 9.
9.
That's some magic going on there.
Yep. Right.
Can Noah have climbed up alongside her because they're a caterpillar?
Slowly inching up. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You should have brought me with you.
Oh, right. Sorry. I was.
What?
Look, that's where they're keeping the elemental.
Oh, wow, that's really intricate.
Can you make heads or tails of it at all?
Let me see. Noah's going to use wheel on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then roll Arcana.
Nice.
Okay. Noah, it's actually kind of fitting because there is a lot of shamanistic stuff going into this. It's a bit more in line with what you know. It's pretty straightforward. Securement and binding circles, along with alteration being done from the one surrounding it. They have bound a elemental. The elemental itself is not under control. It's just bound to that area. And they are essentially using what they have with them to feed and alter its nature.
I can see a double layer ritual. The inner is just to bind it in place, while the outer ring is alteration. Um,
You know
Binding
how
circle is pretty easy to break. Like they could have, like a lot of mages would act extra wards and such, like actual protective wards for the circle itself. But they're in the middle of their encampment, feeling very safe. It's just a line.
Bindings is really, really weak. It's like if we can just disrupt that, the binding would come undone like instantly.
And I think I have an idea. She is going to let's see. Let me just check ranges. She is going to kind of I have to get closer. She is going to try and fly over to a little bit closer on to the top of the staying on the tops of the tents,
Mm-hmm.
and she's going to look for one of the knolls that are close to the top of the tent that she's at and really close to that safety line.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even one that's working on it.
Give me a perception
And
check. See if
then,
you can spot a fireable target for this.
okay. Bot, perception. 11.
You'd have to get down off the tent to getting close to the line to get close to one working, if that's what you're looking for.
I just need to be within 30 feet because I'm thinking about using suggestion.
You'd have to get down from the tents.
Okay. Is there like any place I can like hide in, like boxes, things to hide behind because I'm small, like the barrels even?
You could try to hide behind the barrels. Of course, that depends what angle people are looking at the barrel from.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
When it's muddy ground, there are barrels. I'd allow you to try to re-stealth in this area.
Let's see.
Being small has its advantages.
Let me just double check my stuff. I think
You're a sorcerer, right?
yes,
Do you have magic missile?
I do.
Can you shoot the line with magic missile?
You got to target a creature, I believe, with magic missile.
Oh.
Let me double check it. Yeah, creature of your choice.
Okay.
I mean, you could strike
I
one that
s-
knows working on it.
I think I am going to. I think I'll try and Or are there any
Suggestion.
knolls nearby, near the tent that aren't just working on that?
Oh,
It
yeah.
seems like there are knolls coming and going and
Yeah.
stuff, right? All right, then one that's a little bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to try casting suggestion on it.
Okay.
I am going to activate my looking for features. It is called One moment.
I'm going to ask you. Make sure
Yes.
you're reading suggestion and what you can do with it.
Yes. It's ask get a sentence, like 25 words, to tell them a course of action that seems reasonable.
Keep reading.
Uh,
Make sure you're reading it exactly.
Okay, I'll reread it just in case. Button E. Hear and understand?
The
Or
suggestion must sound achievable and not involve
Uh,
anything that would obviously deal damage to the target or its allies.
so would breaking a steel be obviously damaging?
I'm bringing it
Yes.
up so that you know that that is a thing that Null has to think about and consider.
Okay. I thought that would mean like direct damage. But if it's
It's a thing of you can't
something...
ask something to like open up the lion cell.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll look at a different
You
option.
could ask it to drag one of the barrels of gunpowder across the room through the center of the room, and it just happens to damage the circle.
If you're making it not think about the circle as possible. I'm not telling you this in the sense of it's guaranteed to fail, because
Yeah.
I've pointed out these have lower intelligence and wisdom. I'm going to make it roll.
Also, I don't know if these gnolls will understand you. That is another part of that I think you read out.
I can cast tongues on myself. So no, wait, that's a
That's a concentration spell.
concentration,
Tongues?
and
It'd go
the
away
other
when
one's
you do.
concentration. I wonder if I just cast
Oh, wait,
fear on
is-
all of them.
Tongues isn't
Actually-
concentration.
Oh, is it not concentration?
not?
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. So cast tongues and suggest that they drag one of the barrels from point A to point B.
You want to know one that I would suggest? And
Yeah.
do you want a DM tip? I know it can feel like
This
cheating,
is the
but
first time I've used suggestions, so I want to know how you rule these things.
a dumb gnome might have been told, don't break that line, that's dangerous, and they won't break that line in fast. They might not think about the line if you tell them, help your allies by pushing one of the barrels to feed the elemental, like they're doing. Which might break the line.
Push the whole barrel, the barrel exploding might make the whole thing go.
Okay. Yeah, then I would like to try doing that.
Okay. Give me your wording, though, if you please. So you're casting tongues on yourself.
Casting tongues.
This will break your stealth.
Sure, I'm making sure I'm kind of like really low on the tent, so that way I'm not easily
notably,
seen.
you are no longer invisible.
Yeah. Tongues. Then I'm going to cast my Sorceress ability as a bonus action to, what's it called? Sorcerer's Blood? Sorcerer's Blood? Or I'm just trying to get the exact name of it, so that way
The boost thing?
Yeah, the boost. Font of Magic, I believe? Which boosts my... gives me a +1 to saves and attack rolls. A +1 DC. And I'm also going to cast this as a meta magic. Powerful spell, which increases the DC by an additional 1.
Okay. What's your full DC then?
The full DC will be a 19.
Okay. I'm not going to roll, because I will tell you, if you're just casting it on the basic node patrolling around here, they are not able to succeed.
Okay.
Nice.
So you wait for a second, watching out, and a somewhat runtish gnoll sort of starts to come by your tent. Looks like it's carrying a few like freshly smelted swords on its back in this like little burlap sack that like they're sticking through. It looks pretty tired. That glow in its eyes from Maldonium is actually kind of dull and faint, almost fading. But you see it trudging by, and you are able to reach out with your magic and cast suggestion on it.
Everyone is hard at work.
It
should
perks
prob-
up, like hearing your voice, looks over towards you, and you see its tail wag a bit.
I probably should assist everyone by getting these barrels closer to the
No,
elemental.
you've got to give it.
Oh,
You've got to suggest to it. This is not a
Oh.
Jedi mind trick.
right. Okay. It's
You actually have to converse, tell it with your words.
okay. I think you would help everyone by getting those barrels a little bit closer to the elemental.
It turns its head, looks over the barrels, points at one, looks at you.
Yes, the heavier the better.
Make Bus proud.
Maybe you get more rations. Make everyone proud.
Yes. Tail wags faster. Thank you, friend. Thank you. And it drops its little satchel of swords, rushes over. You see one of the casters at the circle sort of like turn their head towards it as it comes over. Seems to bark a command at it. The gnoll yips back happily, barrels into the barrel, shoulder first, pushing it forward. You see a whole line of casters. You don't understand the words, but you've got a feeling it's something akin to no, 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 no. As it doesn't manage to push the barrel far because it's very heavy. It's a much runty knoll.
But it scatters the.
But you see that black
everywhere.
powder fall, scattering over the line. And we're going to see high or low.
I will, for good things, I always choose high.
Okay, we're going to give you generous odds here. So this is going to be 40 to 100. Okay. The gunpowder scatters into the circle, instantly igniting. It seems something about this magical circle is keeping those embers from like landing in the barrels and igniting themselves, that flame contained within. But that ignites, and not only that, the gunpowder scattering into those divots and mixing with the powder within seems to cause some arcane chain reaction as well. There's a sudden flash of light, fire overtaking each of the casters, them screaming, and then the entire magical circle fritzing out. The elemental roars. As it does, there's the sound of a distant explosion, cacophonous, as an entire military tent's worth of gunpowder explodes.
As soon as it starts exploding, I'm shooting that into the sky.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make bursts of light and just loud sounds. I'm gonna make this sound like absolute chaos.
Back at the tent you all started at, you all hear this explosion, and then you feel the shockwave. Nim, even now quite some distance away, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Goodbye, everybody. All right.
Fine, you're in the air. You just go fly.
actually
blast
worse.
wave.
No, 20 to do it.
I gave my feather fall token to Noah because I was trying to protect my friends.
You
I'm an
are
idiot.
able to steady yourself. You feel the wind almost get knocked out of you. And you see, as you look back, a massive flattened area. Any gnolls within that vicinity are gone. Missed.
Hey, we kept more food away from them.
As you're sort of somewhat blurry gaze, your ears ringing a bit, goes about. You also see that elemental that was roaring in pain is now swinging in its arm a massive molten spear manifesting in it, and it is just starting to swipe at the tents in the area surrounding it. Other hand reaching out and spewing flame. Iala and Noah, You are in the vicinity of this happening.
Iala is quickly going to recast invisibility on herself and go get Noah.
Okay. You also need to re-roll your stealth for me.
Re-rolling the stealth.
That poor little Noel. He just wanted to make people happy.
Yeah, that no exploded.
That null
It's
ceased to
fine. That
exist.
null just made like 6 people happy.
I'm gonna
That's not a good.
That's not
I'm gonna
good.
expend 6 of my charges on my wand of pyrotechnics in 60 feet in different directions because it's a point I can see away from me.
Uh-huh.
So I'm shooting it in different directions just to keep the booms going and to cause just havoc. I'm not doing the same area twice. I'm just boom, 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 boom.
Iala.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's bad. You've cast invisibility on yourself and then tried to sneak. It's really alarming to see the gaze of Kretch leveled at you. He points that immense greatsword at you, seems to bark a couple of commands, and you see a very familiar knoll. Might be a little easy to make out now. It's not a rainy day, but that one that commanded so many archers to fire upon your group steps out. Notably, he is missing an arm at this point. It's covered in bloody bandages on that side. And you can even see like little bits sticking out, afflicted with some sort of necrotic haze. They snarl, and they are going to charge at you.
Oh, Kellan did do
Iala-
some stuff before he
Kellan
left,
did
it sounds
damage.
like. Yep.
Iala makes a rude gesture and Misty steps over to the other tent.
Okay, right, very nice. All right, they're doing that. Noah, I think your little caterpillar self is probably desperately climbing down the tent. You get to see Kretch level his sword at the elemental, take a couple of charging steps, spread their wings, and they leap at it. This relatively small knoll compared to an elemental this size, apparently charging head on. All right, you guys are in the tent. You have the ability to do another stealth check. You are hidden.
What do we do about Kellan? How do we
I don't know what we're gonna do about Kellan. They seem to be a little bit out of it.
Which way did
Kellan's a sentient undead. 1 second.
Yeah, Kellan's
Kellan-
gonna hear them talking.
Kellan is putting their helmet on, grabbing their sword. They look down at both of you, and they simply utter the word, "Run."
My stealth is bad.
My stealth is better, but I rely on
Having good stuff don't happen if your companion's bad. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to run?
We are I don't have the magical capacity to undo anything to like I don't have like any dispels. Let me double check it. I don't have any dispels.
Throw the cockroach at Kellan.
I throw the cockroach at Kellan. Or direct it. Go get him.
What the fuck? The cockroach. Why?
All right. Do you want to tell the cockroach to go get Kellan?
Yeah.
All right. The cockroach will actually skitter forth towards Kellan.
And now we're running. Hopefully that works.
All right. You run out. You don't see Maltoy's familiar get dissipated.
It got stepped on.
All right, and you're running. Okay. Tent group. You hear the explosion. The matriarch actually sort of steps up looking a little alarmed. And Maltori says, "Okay, no more debate. You have to go." And the one that you can understand, actually, you can understand all of them at this point, Taryc. You will see the one that was talking to you turn and go, "Sister, please, we have to get you out of here. You are the tribe's future. They are." And she gestures at her stomach. And the matriarch scowls, clearly, like, just not wanting to abandon what is hers. the Knowles will continue debating with her.
I'm going to move over and gonna speak in Draconic because we'll figure Tori probably understands it. The one sister says even if she disagrees to take her sister with us.
Mm.
And I was told to let you know that. I'm going to guess that was Nim.
Yes, unfortunately, I've been monitoring my familiar, and no grabbing cat on right now. No, there it goes. Okay. Yes, ladies, it is time for you to leave. Please. You're no convince her.
What was that?
Taryc, you're a
You're
no.
null,
Convince her.
That's okay. That's right. I wanted to make sure that was right. Please, we promise we will protect and
Don't
we
simper.
will get.
You're a null.
Yes, that's right.
Don't simper.
Good point. You need to come with us. As your sister said, you are the future of this tribe, and you cannot help this tribe trapped here. If we can defeat, what was his name, Kretch, we can restore this tribe back. But we cannot do that from here.
Okay. You're going to get a persuasion check. I can't decide whether I want to give you advantage or disadvantage based on your current state.
Think of the future. Think of the children to be.
Whoa,
Look at me.
whoa, whoa.
Think about it. Woo, woo, woo. Look at my little puppy wuppy paws.
Yeah, no,
Look
what?
at my beans.
I'm not giving you advantage, but I'm giving you a +2.
Okay.
That's kind of better in some ways.
Persuasion.
No,
Find
advantage
out.
is a +5 on average.
Not way I roll it. I roll it. It's like a 3 and a 4.
I'm not going to do it. It would be funny, but it wouldn't work.
Before I try hitting again, did it roll?
No.
Because it didn't roll on my end.
Nope.
No.
Nope,
Okay.
try it again. Still nothing? Oh, there it goes.
I am
did both.
using my
we're taking
inspiration.
no,
18s.
18.
Whoa, whoa.
The 18's the first one.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
It did roll twice.
It came through all at once right then.
Yeah.
So.
No, 18 will be good enough.
So that'd be actually a 20, because that's
Oh, because +2. Yeah, that's perfect. There's an actual very reluctant growl from the matriarch before she slowly stands up and just and nods as if acquiescing. Which one of you is taking us?
Now, Tori,
Oh, I thought you wanted to do it.
they're going to be rushing back here, and you have the more stable spell. It's more important to get them out right now. We can fight our way out if need be, but they may be heading back this way.
If that is your wish. Right, he'll nod and just start moving towards them before going. If your scroll fails, good luck.
We'll head for the woods.
And
You wrote it. It won't fail.
no, my words are perfect. Your reading, however, he just sort of snorts to himself.
Oh, please.
Matthias.
I've read.
And Matthias will head over beside him. He'll start politely but insistently telling the matriarch, to get her sisters and daughters in order. And you'll see him.
Can
Yeah.
I do one really dumb thing right now?
What is it?
Across the cap. Well, right now Nim's kind of high on juices and stupid. Can I thaumaturgy really loud? Like, I'm Nim Malthori and I can fucking light a fire!
Sure.
Yeah. This is dumb little roar
You
from
can do that.
across the cap. Yeah.
Right. Now Tori, Matthias, and the gnolls vanish in a wink of arcane energy. Leaving just Taryc and Cassian in the tent. Across the camp, I think you actually hear from a distance that cry from Nim. Nim, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
As I should. Twing.
Okay. You will take half damage as you cry out. A whole bunch of gnolls are able to pinpoint your location.
Yep, and shoot at me, right?
And a flurry of spears, arrows, and other sort of things come flying at you. So you'll take half that.
Okay. That would be what? 12 damage?
It'll be 11.
Okay. I still have 10 hit points.
As you are nicked by little arrows and pieces of metal, you barely dodge, yipping and yapping and hollering. Hearing quite the same noises following them. Noah and Iala, I'm going to ask you both to make the same save for me.
Oh boy. Ba-ba-da-ba.
Dexterity.
Okay. You will both take half this damage. 11 damage each.
Okay, that's the 10 hit points. Yay.
Dodge, fly better, fly better.
I will allow re-stealth attempts because I imagine you're trying to dodge out of sight and so on.
I am going to cast Darkness and then go for a re-stealth after.
Okay.
Just to obfuscate where I am anyway, just to make it annoying. And then I'll do a stealth.
Please. 13's better.
Alright, I roll twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. Not great, but not bad.
No, you don't have to redo your stealth. You actually had a successful stealth. Iala, that is not successful. Cassian and Taryc.
I want to do what I was planning on doing earlier. I didn't want the Lady Knolls here to see this because I didn't want them knowing what I was going to unleash on their kids. I'm throwing out all 3 charges of the Bag of Tricks. So that's a black bear. I gotta reopen that.
That's a round each, right?
Which color tricks do you have?
Rust.
Rust. So brown bear and 2 massives.
And I'm just going, go out there. If it's a gnoll, kill it.
It does say it's friendly to him and his companions. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Be the gnoll inside the tent.
That's why I said go out there and kill any gnoll you find.
Okay, you can only do one of these a round, by the way.
Okay.
This takes an
Well,
action.
I'm gonna.
So the first one would be the brown bear.
Yep.
You're doing that when you are hearing the sounds of gnolls approaching outside. Taryc, you would understand what they're saying, which is essentially something's wrong. Check the prisoners.
Why not? I'm opening my robe, pulling off a patch, putting it on the ground just inside the open. Is there one opening to how many openings on
the tent
that we've
just
been
one.
in? Yeah.
I mean, you've got a second one technically from the slice, but one actual opening.
But and we figure that. So, like right under the opening, putting a patch. It's a 10-foot pit.
Okay. Sure.
I love this. My bag of tricks. I pull a pit.
Okay.
So delete one of these 7 pits from me.
Oh my god.
We'll remove the 56 pit.
All right. Okay. Another thing.
There was that or a riding horse, but I think they'll eat the horses. So.
Iala, Noah. Actually, I've got to ask Noah. Are you letting Iala carry you still?
Yeah, I can't really run.
Okay. So Iala, Noah, and Nim. Actually, Nim, you do not have to make a save anymore. You were fine on your stealth check. Nim,
and they use darkness to obfuscate, so
Yeah.
I felt that would help.
you are running along, and you manage to lose your null pursuers, and are able to just make full speed towards the meetup.
I still have my flight as well right now,
Yeah.
so I can fly if I need to.
Iala and Noah, can you give me another round of dexterity saves?
No.
Oof. That's an acrobatics check. All right.
Oops. Same thing.
Unfortunately, more pursuers join in, and thus the damage die goes up. You are starting to build a little trail of gnolls ravenously chasing you. You will both take 32 points of damage.
Oh. I have a question. Is there any way I see this going on?
High or low on luck?
I'll take high.
You'll take high. We're going to give you a 40+ chance. The 100?
No.
Nope,
no way.
your paths are not converging.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, at least. We'll drop that
It
to
makes
a
sense
30+
because
next round.
makes sense because I was trying to draw them away from the path we were going. That's why I was doing all that extra shit.
All right, Iala and Noah. If you'd like to try to re-stealth.
I'm wondering. I've been failing all these stealth rolls. I'm wondering if Alia is just going to start flying upwards.
That's a valid course of action if you want to try and do that.
She is going to hoof it upwards. Wing it upwards.
Okay, so for going stealth and just going up, what is
as fast as possible.
what is a full round of movement up for you?
70.
70. All right, you go 70 feet up, quickly getting out of range of a lot of things that could be thrown at you.
You're out of the range of spears, but you're in range of bows still because they go
Yeah.
to like 250 or something like that.
Right, you go on up, and
I can't Misty Step with Noah in my
can.
arms, right?
Oh no, you can't. You'll drop Noah.
yeah, you drop it, Noah.
Yeah.
Is the 70 your double flight, as in using action and movement, or just your?
And are you accounting that you have +5 extra movement speed at this current point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you should be 70. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Noah, this is horrible. The caterpillar's flying, at least.
Now you know what it feels like when a caterpillar's inside of a bird's beak. A little bit.
At the tent flap opens, and you immediately see 4 gnolls plummet as they step on in.
Oh man, Cassian should have cast bonfire at the bottom of it. That would have been beautiful. Cassian could have cast bonfire, please, Cassian.
How deep is this pit? Does it say?
It's a 10-foot cube.
A 10-foot cube. Okay, so they're not dead, but they're very angry
they're not.
and yelping.
Yep. Yep. And yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I love the idea of the pit.
You guys can do something at this point.
So the black bear is already loose. Yes.
The black bear's use, but it's not going to engage those gnolls because I don't think it's dumb enough to plummet into a pit.
But one of us could throw a javelin returning into the pit full of gnolls.
Yeah.
I'll let Cassian go first, though.
I'm just thinking, were the ladies running out of the camp, or were they returning?
The gnolls?
No.
Oh, the rest of your group. They're coming back to you.
Okay, so we need to hold this position.
It's either that or you assume we don't make it and you run for the forest. You have to take care of yourselves. So.
Or you teleport out and leave them.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them time.
Yeah, just remember that you can leave at any point for your own safety.
The gnolls in the pit took 4 points of falling damage.
Those poor gnolls.
Well, I have time. I'm casting bonfire into the pit.
Okay. That's a 5-foot square, right?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna say that's
gonna
hit.
Room to maneuver, but
well, that'll basically be one of the gnolls that will be stuck on that. 20.
And it's 2d8 damage.
They do not make the save. So roll your 2d8. All right, one of those gnolls is yowling and hollering a lot more than the others.
Okay, well, the one I'll aim at one of the ones that isn't doing that, and let's see how this button works.
I've got a tip for you.
Yeah.
You've got your magical weapon, right, of transforming.
Yeah.
Ballista.
Yeah, but did you say I have to provide ammo?
No, just drop it.
Drop
on
it
them.
into the pit.
Oh.
Crushing damage.
Oh, yeah. Actually, good point.
Does it come straight back to him though? Or is it gone?
It's got to be big enough that he can reach and touch it.
He can grab the end of it
So,
and say something else. So
Hand-
might as well.
hand-
And then do it over
Hand
and over
over
again.
Ballista.
Okay.
Cassian's eyes just go wide.
We're gonna do 4 dex saves here. This is gonna be the burning gnoll. Nope. Yes, one manages to dodge and will take half damage.
2 ones. I like
Go ahead and roll me 2d10 plus 4.
2d10 plus 4.
Tasty.
Okay.
13.
All right. They will take 13 points of damage each. The burning one is dead. One of them dodges that and will take half. Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Because the burning one is on fire and the ballista is probably made of wood, does the bonfire ignite the ballista?
It's a magic
Ballista's
item.
made out of metal.
Darn.
It's made out of black metal.
Yep.
Taryc, if you would
Yes.
go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw.
Saving throw. Do I just hit this button? Yes, okay.
Okay.
20.
All right. You resist the urge. You hear a voice in your head saying, "So creative, my wielder. Do you want to hear them scream all the more?" And you feel a push, an impulse that you manage to resist. And this time, you do not forget the voice.
Oh no.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
Well, now that she does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying for.
Yeah, I know.
Remembering the voice means I can now talk about the voice.
Yeah, don't talk about the voice.
I need to talk more about the voice, probably.
Nim?
Yep.
Is there anything you'd like to do, or are you just running towards the meetup?
Ah, shoot. I'm still obfuscating.
You are completely safe as far as I'm concerned.
All right, so I have a safe run. If I don't see signs of anything I should be involved in, which I probably won't. I've used my free darkness. I can. I'm going to use. This is an ability that shouldn't trigger anything. I'm going to use my warlock ability from my wand, from my regular warlock ability, and I'm going to regain a spell slot.
Okay. Right.
And
you keep going?
I'm keep going because I thought about casting fog, but that's not really gonna help.
No.
I have no idea where anything is.
All right. Actually, at this point, we're going to do that D100. 30 plus, you will see your companions. Okay. Yes, you will notice the pursuit of your companions. Like, there are a large group of gnolls. You're sort of converging arrow-wise into, like, the same direction. That's coming closer to you. But, yeah, Iala and Noah are being chased by a large pack.
Since I can see the pack from here, and I don't have any pursuers right now, I am casting a spell. It has a range of 150 feet. I don't know if that puts me in a good enough range for what's going on, but I'm casting Sleet Storm on the group.
Okay. Okay. And the aliens are just flying. Yeah, that's going to help a lot.
Yeah, so I will suddenly kick up water and Nim doesn't have thaumaturgy going at this point anymore, but she is monologuing to herself.
Iala?
Water is still best magic.
And
Fire
Noah?
is stupid.
You suddenly hear the sound of yelps and hollers as like nose start to slip and crash into each other. Which they're carrying weapons, so it's actually really fucking dangerous. A few more loose arrows at you, but in this like smoky sky and such, because these fires are still all going. You can go ahead and give me another stealth check with advantage because of the distraction Nim just caused.
Also, they're in a heavily obscured area right now, so it's hard for them to attack.
Yeah.
And just to make sure,
You're so bad at this.
Just to make sure.
I'm going to be nice. If Noah succeeds, I will count it for Iala.
I was going to cast Wheel.
Okay.
I'm going to use Wheel on myself then.
Uh-huh.
I am not built for stealth.
No!
It's the wheel. It's the wheel. It's the wheel.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! I'm having a panic attack. Don't die on me. Oh thank god, that's like a 27.
All right. Noah and Iala will manage to let slip as well. Back at the tent.
Take control. I just grab my little stubby arms, grab her by the head, and grab her hands and start directing her.
You're like ratatouilleing as a creature as big as Yalia. You just kind of climb around her and grab and direct.
Back at the tent, you guys were going to have to hold off these 4 gnolls for multiple rounds. But between them being stuck in a pit, struggling to climb out with a bear and 2 others, able to shove and push and just hurt them back in, moving a bonfire around, I think I'm just going to say you managed to very soundly finish these gnolls off.
That's the reason I was going to be javelin slows.
The pit is such a good play.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful play.
That really was. So you guys win this combat, okay?
I like thinking of the bear every time a gnoll tries to slip up, its paw just comes in and slaps him, and it just waits for like
down, bad dog.
I'm gonna say at the end, you kill off another of the gnolls and another one, and then there's one left in there that just looks up at you and just goes, "Please," and just like moves away from the bonfire and sits down in the corner.
I'm looking over at Taryc.
I'm going to.
And also, this one, also, the eyes dull. That glow isn't strong.
I'm going to transfer the ballista back into my wraps, and you will be spared.
It just sits there with its like hands on its head.
The scary little puppy at the top of the pit. You will be spared.
That's the best part about the whole thing.
I'm bad to keep
child, bad.
Scary baby.
This is what happens when you attack them. You know, the best part is that once you survive, you just say, we went to go find we had to go check the matriarch, and one of her puppies murdered everybody.
Alright, after a little bit, keeping an eye on this gnoll, it does not try to pull any funny business. Its tail is firmly tucked, between the legs as it cowers there. Iala, Noah, and Nim will slip back into the tent.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna be kind of watching, just go, don't fall in the hole, there's a gnoll.
That is a gnoll, are we kidding it?
No, it's surrendered, and its eyes
all right, it is prisoner, get your ass up here.
Do we have enough room for that?
Taryc, it clearly doesn't understand Nim, but it's been talked to, so it just goes, please don't hurt.
I look over at you, and my eyes are glowing, and my tail's doing that. I don't know if it's like...
Meltonium has made your tail red.
Yeah, but I'm doing that agitated, like, flickering that, like, the light creatures do on Heia's continent, where it's danger colors, just non-stop strobe.
It will remain here. It will...
No, we take it with.
I mean...
It doesn't know what it wants. It's high on drugs.
Don't hurt.
How are you?
Good child.
Shut up.
Yeah, right.
One less gnoll. Bring it.
Do we have... can they can you take all of us? Is there enough room in the spell?
We have less people than we had
Yes.
before. Of course we can take it.
I just want to make sure that Cassian contends this.
I want to go now before they
Am I
come.
still within tongue? What's
Yeah.
the timeline?
You're still within time.
Yes.
I'm just
It's like an
gonna.
hour.
You are coming with us, actually.
Okay.
I'm. Is this a
Hold them
rent?
up.
Do you want like? I still have a strength of 20. Can I? Pick this thing and pick
It's
it
smaller
up?
than you. It's a very standard male knoll, which means it's smaller than
Oh.
you.
Okay, well,
As a puppy?
I've got a.
Oh, as a
random-
puppy? No.
Yeah, but I still have
You still have a strength. Yeah.
of 20. Climbing down and literally dragging it back up because I haven't climbed feet up
How long does your pit stay for?
ever.
Ever. It's a permanent pit.
It's literally just a pit.
Okay, Cassian's going to really quickly go over to one of the sides and just cut a hole. Go back over to the black bear. Okay, good boy. Go cause chaos.
The back there, bros, and dashes out of the hole in the tent.
Okay, let's get going now. I'm guessing the explosion was the powder.
Yes. And we got the elemental 3. Hopefully it gets out of here, but now
Where's
it's fighting.
Kellon?
We
It's,
couldn't get Kellon.
it
They overrided
sounded like
him.
you might have.
Let's go.
Tori said something as you left, but let's get going.
Cassian's
Alright,
going to pull out the scroll and the chess piece.
The knoll is crouching down beside Taryc, trying to make themselves look smaller than Taryc.
Hopefully
Nim
this
is actually
works.
right next to them, just tail whipping.
Where I have been, where I was, where I can be, I want to go now. How did he write? And I'm casting the spell.
That doesn't sound like a Maltori spell.
Okay, right. Let's make sure that you get this spell off correctly. Casting from a spell scroll. This is a teleport to level 7, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just double checking. Yeah. Okay. In that case, I believe you just need to roll an Arcana check above 17.
I
Let's
was
see.
trying to look up that roll. It doesn't say anything about that.
Roll.
It just says. Where was it?
Maybe
It's like
casting
page
spell
238.
scroll above level.
There were rolls
DC
for...
equals 10 plus the spell's level. So yes, DC 17 Arcana.
Oh, with the way I'm rolling tonight, even with my Arcana, that's a danger.
Don't say that, because Maltori left because you said you had this.
Right, you
Oh,
pull
thank
it off
God.
just fine. The scroll takes on an arcane glimmer, and the page starts to disintegrate. You are able to capture that arcane magic and successfully cast teleport, focusing on your home base through that focus.
Yeah,
That
it's a
bit-
linked object.
Yep, that linked object you took. Right, there is no miscast chance. You appear back at home base. You emerge in the dining room where you took that from, or the sitting room, I should say. You do not see Maltori immediately, but you hear him and the nose. Like, doesn't sound dangerous, doesn't sound hostile, but there's like clearly frantic chatter between them. Looks like they may have appeared just outside.
Oh God, it would have scared the giants.
Yep. And yes, you do in fact hear the rumbling voice of Lobram.
There's a more concerning giant out there.
I'm
With a laser.
grabbing the knoll by the ear and starting to move outside.
Friends.
Be-
Only you understand this, Taryc.
Be more gentle with him, please. He did surrender, and he is not doing
that's why
anything.
I'm doing this, because if he was a prisoner, I'd be a lot more mean. I just want to make sure he follows.
I'm pretty sure he would follow if you grabbed his arm.
Then I'm going to let go of the ear, and I'm going to grab him by the shoulder and start herding him towards the door.
Puppy.
I'm following behind.
Okay, they seem to be very worried not having you near them. You're able to head on outside. And
I
yes,
am the sheriff.
you see, Lobram is actually now just like putting their arms down. Northstar is lowering her club. They're both looking very distrustful at the gnolls. The gnolls, like all of them, including the matriarch and the young pup around Taryc's current size, are themselves in like hostile stances, ready to attack.
Where's Hevday? Is Hevday out
Hevday
here?
does not seem to be visibly here.
Okay, that's a good thing, probably. After what happened the last time, something surprised him.
Matthias is looking around and actually seems to pale visibly when he notices that you are very close to the Rogerly estate. And looks like he actually tries to like step off and slip away, but Arwa grabs his arm. Seems to exchange some very harsh words with him. And the Maltori looks over as the group of you come out, and there's a visible like slouch of his shoulders in relief, a gasp, a sigh. He goes, "Oh, good."
Nib's coming out kind of loud and uncontrolled. She's going to just zip out, flying into the air, and I think she's just kind of gonna start screaming and shooting Eldritch Blast everywhere because she's frustrated and she's angry and she's just letting it out. So she's like pummeling the rocks in the area, just like
there's a lot of
everyone's ball her hands up at her eyes, just clawing at her face.
There's a lot of
I like
gazes
this
leveled at you because with the varying sight levels with the aging gnolls and so on, for some it's a clear thing of this little creature firing 100 plus. The others just seeing a little light show coming from something.
Keeps blowing up rocks.
Mattori just sort of lets you let it out before you hear his voice go, "Daughter."
Mr. Mattori. She's gonna kind of come back down, kind of shaking.
You did well.
Iala takes off the ring and returns to her normal size and just kind of floats onto her feet.
Where's Noah?
Oh no!
No, he's right here.
Lost into your outfit.
God knows now been smothered.
Maltori, you would still love me if I was a worm, right?
No.
Wow. Noah transforms back, but is sitting on
Worms are
Ialia's
disgusting.
front.
Caterpillar I can accept.
Noah returns to their normal form, but continues to sit on Ialia's front.
Drops them.
I say I don't think there's that much support in that armor.
Good.
Yeah.
And
we managed to get two out of three things successful. Nim managed to successfully explode the gunpowder. We managed to freeze the giant fire elemental. Hopefully they remain free.
But we weren't able to get to Kellon. By the time we got there,
I know. I saw.
I wasn't sure what to do with that. They seem to have taken a priestess and mirrored their blood on Kellen.
A priestess? What priestess?
They had a priestess torn apart in a room filled with blasphemous idols.
What kind?
Lysol.
I think it was Lysol.
Oh no. Do you think that was the one that was coming to deal with
probably.
I hope not.
Conrad will have to remain at rest then.
Papa.
He's just gonna like hold his hand out for you.
Help.
Yes.
Bag. Take out
Oh,
Tubes. I got tubes.
You got tubes?
I took the tubes.
Well, first, now that we're out of danger, spell slots to spare. Let's see. He is going to cast both Dispel Magic and Remove Curse on you, Nim. Which the light from Nim's eyes will fade. And you no longer feel that removal of barrier. So that's gone at least. And it does dispel a lot of the magical effects of these drugs. Unfortunately, it also does cause you to crash a bit. You suddenly have a severe headache. Your mouth starts to feel dry. You feel the urge to throw up. And your body just feels achy as fuck.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Yes.
no.
Okay. Can you give her one of your delicious berries? Maybe. I don't know.
Oh no!
I'm going to hold out the ring to. Would do it.
I'm gonna try dumping out my bag. I don't have a lot in my bag of holding. I'm gonna get the guns out.
He'll help you with your bag. He'll reach into it and just start pulling out these muskets, these long tubed things, which you see Matthias's eyes light up a little bit, and he goes,
could only take so many.
"Oh, this is marvelous!
I'm sorry.
No, you saving any of my work. Thank you.
I'm so sorry, Arwa. I'm so sorry,
God.
everybody. I'm gonna start just sobbing.
Arwa looks puzzled because what are you apologizing for?
It just looks horrified because she's thinking about everything she did in the
is it
last
because you
while.
said you wanted to fuck me, huh?
It's okay. It's okay. Noah crouches down, just pats her on the head. How about let's go get you some water? You're probably really dehydrated.
I'll get that for her, and she heads inside real quick to get some water. Malatori sort of rubs the back of his head and goes, "Yes, that was a little awkward, but well,
I'm going to go die in a hole now. Can I have my ring back?
No, dying in holes. That's a horrific way to go."
Out.
Cassian just goes,
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was mean to new puppy. Oh.
And Cassian's going to lead the.
Why do we have
over?
Yeah, but what's going on here?
He surrendered. He came to
and
the.
then I yelled at everybody that if they surrendered, they were ours, and we would take them.
The Knoll matriarch is marching straight over to that poor Knoll. And there is a snarl that, like, she goes straight face to face, muzzle against his, growling and snarling, and he just, like, shrinks back down beneath her. And she stays staring at him as if, like, you are going to sit like that and you're going to stay there. And he does, as she stands back up.
I'm sorry, I just didn't want to just leave him. I was like, we should take him because there'd be less Knolls we fight later, maybe. I don't know. My head hurts.
With the amount of chaos going in that camp right
and
now.
I said so many terrible things.
This massive Knoll, she comes on over to you. She tries to crouch down. It's a little bit of an awkward lean.
With everything going on in the front of her.
Yeah, which, good God, this is a vision. But she, like, leans her head in as close to you as she can, and she just goes, "Thank you."
Oh, sexy matron. You found the sexy matron.
He just gives you all the sort of perplexed look as if, like, is this the normal response to thank yous?
Hello, beautiful matron. I am glad you are okay.
Out of the house, Arwa comes with a tiny little, like, Nim size. It's a brownie cup of water. So basically, it's a suspended droplet. And she actually looks over at Iala and just goes, "Take the bottle of the ring, please."
Is this one? I suppose. It's taking effort, but she manages to hand it over.
Could I offer you a deck of cards in trade for your fancy ring?
About
It makes a cool house.
how about you give me the house of cards and let you rent the ring?
That sounds like really steep rent.
Iala,
What?
Cassian pulls out a really nice looking tiara. I'll give you this for the ring.
How about you just give me that?
Nope. Mine.
Well, then no deal.
I will give you 2 magic items in return for the ring.
Is that Arwa?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Her tail starts flicking back and forth.
Offer is going.
What are the items? I don't want something from the pile of. She just points over at the debris.
It
Don't
is
believe
okay.
she has
I
gone
will
through
get
the
a
pile.
different ring. That is
It
fine.
is a handy space pouch and a glowing dagger.
She's gonna cast detect magic with her Tiamat ability just to see what type of magics are on these.
That she doesn't have them on her.
Oh, then not.
It is okay. I will find different rings. Thank you, Iala. It's good try to make deals.
Or I can just steal them from her later. This is fine.
Okay.
You better not. That would be very unfortunate.
Or maybe the
For
deal
you.
then?
I'll look over the. If you let me look over the items, then.
Just give her the ring so that way she can baby the little our little drug addict.
Here.
What did you? Oh
Sh-
no! You
sh-
think I am?
Arwa takes the ring and she's gonna slip it on, and we better roll.
Arwa might never need the
100.
ring again here in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Arwa almost never need the ring again.
And she
I'm a tiny knoll.
she comes down to your. No, she's a drow right now. She comes down to your
Tiny whatever.
size, Nim. She's gonna hold out the cup to you.
Take the cup. Thank you.
Have a drink.
Good.
Wash your mouth out real quick.
Thank you.
You drink.
Yep.
She lets you clean your mouth out a bit. Then she's gonna give you a little peck on the lips. When you feel better, you take me to your room.
Okay.
And she's just going to, like, very forcefully, like, put her arm in with yours, settling up beside you.
Nim is going to do the most scandalous thing she can think of. She's going to see if Arwa will hold her hand.
She will hold your hand and entwine her fingers with yours.
Oh no!
Bright red brownie.
Cassian-
Trixie, rather.
Yeah, bright red
Cassian's
Trixie.
eyebrow goes up, and suddenly he's like, Nim.
Nim's tail just turned pink.
Let's just say different shade of red than before.
Yeah.
Cassian's rummaging through his bag and coming out with something. Nim, take this.
What this?
I'm handing her the handkerchief. When you get
You
back
think
to
I
your
need
room-
help?
No, this will make
Wow,
this
Cassian.
this will just make you all that much better. And then he's going to just tap her on the head and just go, "Have fun."
Elliot just shakes her head. What? Wait, the backhander.
Who's backhanding her?
You want to go inside?
Yeah, why don't we go inside? Let them talk. I'm gonna just walk away with Arwa. I'm not picking this thing up. It's a massive scarf.
That's why I tried to hand it to you, because it's a magic item. It would probably shrink.
Yeah, but it's a scarf of
Yeah. Free magic item.
Yeah, I know. He is going down to pick it up.
Yoink!
Fucking gremlin mode.
Who's faster?
Who's
Dexterity
faster?
check.
What is that?
All right,
Dexterity
both of
save
you,
or dexterity?
both of you, just give me a straight dex check.
No one's getting it. It's gonna be Maltori dispelling it.
Dex. Where's my dex? There's my dex.
All right, Iala
No.
has your scarf.
Now it is Ialia's scarf.
Yeah, if you're giving out items.
I was
Great,
loaning
we're
it
gonna
to
have
her.
Great, we're gonna have a permanently horny dragon.
That could be interesting too.
To be fair, she's already horny.
I
She's
mean,
got
listen, for
horns
the
all over her
Tamari
body.
worshippers, someone else holding that scarf, that's just bonus points, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually only greater if it's on Ialia, probably.
Okay, well, this has gotten weird. Matriarch, how shall I address you? And she just goes, I am Gadri. This is my first daughter, Renda. And one of the not the two elder gnolls that were guarding her, but one of the somewhat younger ones sort of waves her hand, and she goes, I will introduce you to everyone, but first, inside, please.
Yes.
Right, and she'll follow everybody back into the house, and that's where we're going to end this week's session. Unless you had something you wanted to do.
I was just as we're heading in. Do you is it okay for him to be in too? Motioning at the male gnoll.
Also, would Maltori dispel everything going on with the poor baby puppy, or is she gonna
I don't care.
He has not
She-
puppy
bothered.
state?
Yeah,
that
I
is
think
not a
everyone enjoys
problem.
me like this, but basically finding out if she wants the male to be in with all
Yes,
that's going on.
he
Or,
can come sit in the corner.
um,
And one of her sisters barks something at the poor Melno, who just bobs his head and scurries on in. All right, everyone heads on in, and yes, that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Yay.
You did it! You did a successful rescue operation and caused a lot of damage to the Null camp.
I got to
Hooray.
help Noah and Ialia get to safety after they did cool shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
I
you.
dropped a bunch of gnolls to the pit.
I helped you sleep storm.
Cassian, if you want the scarf back, you just need to like take an hour to constantly to talk at her and just talk in circles, back and forth, bothering, and she'll eventually give up. But if you want the item back, I'm just saying that you can just off screen try and get it back from her.
All
Yeah,
right.
the best part is if that
Just
item
explain.
was,
Just
were
spend an
actually-
hour explaining to Ialia why it isn't hers, and she will eventually get so tired of hearing you talk, she'll give it back.
Well,
Actually,
yeah.
I would go full Cassian mode and just start explaining to her how it's supposed to work, what it does, how it does it,
Flirt.
and just going.
Flirting would bother her. The explanation wouldn't.
Take
would be
it,
like
take
an
it.
hour of it was an hour of explanation, and she's understanding, kind of like, yeah, that's kind of interesting. And then the moment he starts flirting, take it.
Yeah. So,
See,
you want to know how it works? You want me to show you? How it works?
Everyone take
Eyebrow waggle.
3,000
Yep.
points of experience.
Wow, 3,000. That's a
Mhm.
lot.
It is
Wow,
a
we're
lot.
like level 10 now, right?
No, we're not.
Everyone take your standard point of piety, and everyone may choose either a point of piety from one of the Trinity, Hevos, Mairi, Hea, or you can have a point of Orlan piety.
well, I know where I'm going with this. I already have a point of view.
Which
Hey,
one's
yeah, might
Orlan
as well
again?
keep going. Wait.
Orlan is the god of war, also not a good god.
Evil.
Okay.
Oh, is he on that side?
Oh yeah, he's
currently?
he's the evil god in this time frame.
Okay.
Okay.
Orlan abandoned the honor part of
Ah, okay.
Got so much XP.
and we'll do it at the same time next week.
Oh,
Happy
did anything
Halloween!
bad happen to me because I got drugged?
We'll cover that next time.
Okay. I just didn't know if I needed to keep track of anything or you're just doing it on your end.
Nope, don't worry about that.